Yeah, Dogs, easy.
By 20 or 30 goals.
Ooh. Okay, perfect conditions here. You wouldn't believe how good a condition this oval is in at Richmond, the broad spectrum oval. The sun is shining, the umpire holds the ball aloft, and the ruckmen face each other with teeth bared. Up they go, the big fellas clash. Hassan takes the crumbs, kicks it wide into the forward line. Here's an opportunity for West Adelaide. Handball over the top of the pack. Can they find a running player going through? They can. There he is, Flattery, driving at goal, but it's an awful kick. It's out of play on the bounce in the forward pocket as West Adelaide goes straight into attack.
Looked like he almost meant to do that, Poppy, but God, it was a shame almost.
Yeah, sloppy kick for a bloke that's played a handful of games at SANFL level. Yeah, good player. Luke Norman, the skipper, at full forward. A big, strong target to kick to. Inside their 50, Hassan again applies, or gets the tackle applied to him, so there'll be a bounce down. On a 45-degree angle, 40 metres out from West Adelaide goals, and they are kicking to the southern end of the Richmond or broad spectrum oval.
Looks like Chubb has gone forward as predicted. There he is fighting for the ball at ground level. Umpire might have to move in and ball it up, I reckon. There's about 8 blokes laying on top of the footy.
It's quite interesting, guys. You think that if Westies want to go that sort of defensive style, that you would put your captain Norman in the back lines where he does a great job, but they're obviously going on the attack, putting him at full forward.
There's the bounce down. Here's an opportunity for Chubb. He can't get a clear possession. The umpire comes in again with his arms crossed across his chest, and he'll ball it up once more. In over the top of the football, Daniel Harris for West Adelaide. Here's the bounce down once more. Scholar and Chubb. Big fist forward on that occasion by Dion Miles. Can they get foot to the ball? Central in there trying to rush it over the boundary, over the goal line. It's a minor score, rush point for West Adelaide. They're first on the board.
I tell you what, they can't lose from here, can they, Steve Jack?
Now go to
at this point, they're in front.
They bring the ball back in. Marco Bello, grandstand side, defensive 50. He'll go short too. And they've got Steinbrunner, who in the 1-2, back to Bella, gets the ball back off Norman. Good pressure, just made him stumble. Hassan applied a bit more pressure. Wing, though, probably Slade waited when he should have went. He wasn't sure what Cowan might do. Good tackle, pressure on, bounce down. Grandstand side in front of the 5D in commentary position. West Adelaide 1 point on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard, and Central District get the score.
Although their fullback moved up there, and they left their players and went all to the ball across the wing, so they're going to leave all their 3 or 4 forwards and actually push up to do that wall. So it's just like the old-fashioned kids footy, build the wall right across this wing here. All the half-back line left their half-forward flankers alone and ran forward.
Chuck up now on centre wing. Players set themselves. There's a player with blonded hair. West Adelaide footballer goes to the ground quickly. Look like...
Shepherd it is.
Shepherd it is, yeah.
We called him the skunk last week.
He's had the rinse put through the hair.
The front, the back, the side, and nothing else.
So plenty of toss-ups here. It's up again. Scholar in opposition to Illman. Players set themselves. Clever knock by Illman. Makes it for Hassan. There goes Shepherd. He's running through. He runs to 50. He's on the bounce. He runs out of room. He'll be run down if he's not careful. Left foot snap is a shocker, but it's marked. No, it's not. It's Bill Loose on the ground. Thomas over the top of the footy. They work it toward the boundary line, do Central. It's in the forward pocket for West Adelaide. Here's a handball out of play. It'll be a throw-in. Westies are putting the pressure on.
They are too, but there's a lot of similarities from what I heard in the way Central District have started to the way Port Adelaide started in the showdown. Just not quite with their foot on the pedal. Maybe thinking about next week and being there, Ray.
Okay, Thomas has got a free kick in the back pocket. His short pass is good in the direction of Brad Curry. Long high ball to centre wing. Players set themselves. There's Cochrane from behind. The ball spills loose. West Adelaide in there strongly. Handball now in the direction of a Central player. It's a turnover. They've got an open forward line. There's the ball kicked up high. Play on is the call. Off hands it goes. First back over is Flattery, overrunning the football. Oh, great pick up there by Luke Donaldson. Handballs it off and they kick the centre wing. Bello in the van. Hassan spills the mark. On the ground it goes. Central with a chance. Bello backs up well. Left foot kick. Up forward. 2-on-1.
Yeah, Shell the 1 and West Adelaide. The numbers win out that time. Forced forward. Nice commitment on the ball. Good work all round. All players. Howard Moby, the player for West Adelaide, who is the last man up. It's not him. But West Adelaide hitting the ball hard. Kent's the player. Youngster too, showing all the maturity of a more experienced player. Bounce down 40 metres out from Doggy's goal.
They certainly can't hit the ball any harder than what they're doing, Poppy. Looking very good at the minute, Westies.
Cowan rucking for Central. Hassan been busy in the action. As you'd expect, his commitment wins him a free kick. So we've played about 5 minutes of this first quarter. 5DN's match of the day thanks to Angus Securities. And it's 1 point to West Adelaide. Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. Central District gets to score. Hassan takes the kick, finds Illman. The big former 36er who's developing under a fairly rapid rate under Sean Wren, as you'd expect. Fellow ruckman brings the ball inboard. Finds a teammate. Nicely done too. Michael Pettigrew. He'd be looking for a big performance. Started the season well for the Power. And here they go. This is what we may expect from West Adelaide. Just hold on to the ball. They won't push it. It might be very frustrating.
You reckon there's about a minute to go on the match? They're going back and forth across the ground.
And what they want to do, and the
Ruska.
And I'll speak about this when we get a break in play, but they're going forward, Ray, through Pettigrew again.
Ruska, Piacente, now Pettigrew runs out of options. Handball towards the big bloke Illman. Shows good skills. Brings the ball in, kicks towards Shepherd. 2-on-1, but a great mark. Not paid to Central. The ball's on the deck. I thought Up to Hyde did enough, and eventually it's going to be a free kick for a throw going Central's way. Just when Westies looked as though they were going to do something with the football. Yeah, what they were doing, West Adelaide, before keeping the ball, because Central District flood back, they actually want to draw Central back up the ground towards their goals to open up space for themselves. Doggies have got the ball through Slade now, right half-back flank. He plays along the line, does it nicely too. Couple of options. Look at that, could be Sibonella. Has the ball over the top, draws the player. Nicely done, the Doggies. They can burn you very quickly, and now they're inside 50 to within 30. Shell the target. Outnumbered again 2-1. Illman, front of the pack, hard to get over.
Got to mark
got to mark him, but kept possession and opened up the door. Now Howard, defensive 50, bit of room. Takes a risk and then handballs off. Maybe a bit too much. Ruska, left-handed handball, more in hope than anything. Arnott looking to regain form quickly. Inside 50. They're dangerous here. Gowans nicely done. It was C. Gowans to Steinborner. Feeds it off, and now Slade from inside 50.
At 50, unprotected goal. No matter, though. He's hit the behind post. Maybe on the bounce. No, he's hit it on the full. Free kick will go to West Adelaide, and that's Luke Donaldson in the back pocket. We haven't seen much of the Gowans yet. That's the first touch either of them has had so far in the game. There's the short kick. Little short one, and it's gone in the direction of Ruska. Shannon Ruska has the football. Will he come across the ground? He does to Pettigrew. So all it enables Central to do is build the wall. There's the kick to Slattery. Runs out of room. He's got a player loose here on the wing in Shepherd. Ignores that player. Instead goes into the centre of the ground. But reading the play beautifully on that occasion. Heath Hopwood hands it off now to Arnott. Arnott goes in short. Shell under the footy. On the ground it goes to Krieg. Tackle without it. Play on is the call. And West Adelaide come up tops again. Play to advantage. And Shepherd has got the ball at half back.
Yeah, good call umpire. Shepherd with plenty of room. Takes the bounce. And again, draw a player and give over the top. Shepherd as he was, good enough to get around Seagall. Sees he's got some ability. Run too far. Player was the call. Lucky, I thought, a throw.
He gets
and still the advantage. Miles with the ball. Lucky for West Adelaide. Sometimes big games need a lot of luck. They've had it early. West Adelaide attacking again. Can they find the goals? That's the key. Luke Nathan has a shot. For the blood. And has a bit too. Didn't like the attention. Just kicked the goal.
He's marked it in the goal square. It was a lovely kick from Luke Nathan. He centred the ball, and there was Hassan leading his rival, Mary Chase, and Westies are going to get the first kick. Shepherd was frustrating here. Took 4 bounces. In the end was run down. Should have been holding the ball. And his opponent threw him to the ground afterwards. And the umpire said holding the man.
He's been nip busy early, Hassan. 3 kicks and 1 handball.
I tell you what, we've seen a lot of players this year, Jack, missed them from right here.
Oh, I think you put the mock on him.
He won't miss this one. Salam Hassan kicks the first goal of the match. His first goal, 1-1-7. On the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard, Central District League leaders yet to score. You're listening to Footy on 5GN.
This man is comfortable, completely comfortable. He's trying out his new lift and recline chair from Complete Comfort. Complete Comfort custom make all sorts of lift and reclining chairs and adjustable beds for all sorts of people. For anyone who wants complete comfort, drop into their new showroom at 17 Nelson Street, Stepney, or call them on 8362 1491. And they can come to you for a free no-obligation demonstration. Do you want to know what it really feels like?
Around the grounds on 5GN footy at Adelaide Oval, it's Glenelg 1-1-7 over Norwood, 1 point at Woodville. It's Port 2 points, Eagles yet to score at Prospect, South 1 straight goal, trailing the Roosters 2-12. And at the MCG, Melbourne having a dib, Essendon 5-2, 32, Melbourne 5-1, 31. Back to Broad Spectrum Oval.
Well, Dan Harris has just socketed the ball out of play on the full, so a free kick as Central go into attack, but it's not a well-directed kick, and Illman dropping back playing a kick behind the play, has taken the mark. Handballs to Pettigrew, changes his mind, comes across the ground again. Once again picks out Daniel Harris, who takes the mark. He's got a short player in Dean Howard, but they're still inside the defensive 50. They're messing around with the football. It's a possession game at the moment. Goes short again, across the ground to Ben Dre. And Dre has got it. Making a lead for him is Slattery at centre wing. And he goes across the ground again. This is very frustrating football, but eventually they go forward by 10 metres to Harris. Harris at half-back. So they're just eating up the time clock, as Poppy said they would. This is exactly the plan that he described to us.
Is it possible to run down 3.5 quarters there on the
well, and he goes short again to Donaldson. The fans are restless. Goes short again.
You might as well put the stat book away, thanks, for West East, because they're all going to get 45 possessions.
Donaldson's had 25 so far.
And the short pass now goes further down the field to Dean Howard. Yeah. But now they have to do something longer. No, they don't. Harris has drifted down. Can't take the mark. He runs himself out of space, and this is where Central get their chance.
Let's see if they can't get another chance on goals. West Adelaide nicely tackled inside their 50. Pressure on the Central District side, but nicely done. Arnott and feeds it to Krieg, and now they come through Slade, grandstand side. Steinburn to the target, takes the mark. Dances around Shepherd and Howard. Can he find a teammate? Looks for. Well, I'm not sure that he looked for this particular player.
Cochran.
But he got Cochran. Cochran first possession, top of the square. Shell well one-on-one. I thought Kent on that time. Dylan Kent was held without the ball by Shell. Play on. Shell draws him. Handball's more in hope and finds his teammate. Seagowns, Chris, around the body. Top of the square, Krieg the target, no. Marked by the Bloods, and they'll get themselves out of trouble through Shepherd.
Yes, goes to Flattery over to Shepherd in the back line. Shepherd, he's bouncing all over the place today. He goes further down the field, and West Adelaide have the ball at half-back. Oh, an attempt to run around the player by Ruska. Gets away with it. He runs out of options, eventually gives it to Howard. Howard runs into trouble. He's caught holding the ball, trying to do too much with it. And Central now through Marco Bello will go into attack. They've got runners in the middle. They ignore that. They go to Slade. He's on the boundary line at half forward. Drives it in long. Players set themselves. Cowan pulled off the football. Off hands it comes. Here's an opportunity now for James Gowans. Handballs to Cochran. 50-metre kick at goal. In the square. Hits the post. Minor score to the Bulldogs on the Scott Salisbury's home scoreboard. That's the way to overcome the flood. Just go long.
Simple game that get the ball in long, and it's going to be very tough for Dylan Kent to be up against a Daniel Shell one-on-one. It's going to be tough for him all day to keep that up.
Yeah, Matty Ullman doing a good job too as the ruckman playing back behind the play, just helping him out, the young fella. They play on, and they're doing it well. They're drawing the Central District side to them to open up space behind them.
They're doing it well as long as their skill level keeps up, Poppy, because as soon as they make an error, the turnover will kill them.
Ruska short to Howard. Half-back, plays on. Off they go again. Nicely done, Donaldson. Can he find Hassan? He can. Hassan, another touch. Loses his footing. Good enough to get a handball. Off they go. Nicely done. Miles outside 50. They've been playing that boundary line well. Gee, I tell you what, I thought Norman might have scooped that in. He didn't. Playing was the call for. Fair call too. And a bounce down. Maybe a sharper angle than 45 degrees. West Adelaide kicking to the southern end and inside 50.
They're playing the boundary line too well. They're going to go straight to the centre square there. The goal square, not go to the boundary line.
There's the knockdown, and Slade, he got one high after he knocked it out of play.
What about the deliberate?
In fact, Curry it was. Got one head high. He's still holding his eye socket, but the umpire will throw it in. It's in the forward pocket for West Adelaide. Players set themselves. Scholar from behind takes the ball. Handball's wide. Good set play. Gets it to Steinburner. Now it goes forward into the middle of the ground to Krieg. He's got a player running on the centre wing. Here's an opportunity now for Swatala. He runs to the 60. Goes short. Shells on the lead. Makes it. Takes the chest mark. And he'll shoot from 40 metres out from goal. And he has a slight breeze behind him. It's a really slight breeze today. No major advantage. He's not confident. He's looking to pass off, and there he goes into the centre, and Gowans has come down the ground. James Gowans, and takes the mark. Dead set right out in front of goal. Same distance, 40 metres out.
Probably a perfect example, Jack, of why West Adelaide are trying to keep Central District at bay, because when they've got a touch of space, they open you up and they can transfer play from defence to attack. And now Jay Gowans has the chance.
I totally agree. They've got to get the ball into the goal square. That's where the pressure comes.
There's the kick. It's going to just clear the pack. It's home. First goal to the Bulldogs. So on the Scott Salisbury scoreboard, it's all tied up. 1-1, 7 points apiece on 5D in football.
Oh, yeah! Would this be the is Harbour Ceramics. Aye, indeed it is. The only tile shop in the Port Adelaide area.
Harbour Ceramics, the only tile shop in the Port Adelaide area. There's a fantastic range of imported and local tiles, all at great prices. There's all your tiling tools and accessories, and they will beat any written quote. Drop anchor and say ahoy to Pete, Ali and the friendly staff at Harbour Ceramics, 312 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide, 8240 4900.
1-1 apiece here at Broad Spectrum Oval. The centre break by Arnott for Central District goes towards right half forward flank. It is Shepherd who was first there. Unfavourable bounce. Nicely done. The doggies, top of the square. Important contest. Shell tries to scoop it in one hand. Can't. Nicely rode by Cochrane. And he keeps the ball in. He cannot. 20 metres out from doggy goal. Right forward pocket. There'll be a ball in.
See, Daniel Shell, such an important player up forward for Centrals. But at the minute, Kent doing very well with his body and his strength. Bring the ball to ground.
Fair bit of grappling going on there, though. A bit of potential for a free kick. Throw in now. Hillman up against Big Mac Mackenzie. Mackenzie tries to take the ball out of the air. On the ground, Hassan first over it. Overruns the football. Bellows in there disputing as well. And the umpire will move in and bounce it. Still inside 50 for the Bulldogs.
Very interesting there. Ross Glover's just come onto the ground. But more importantly, the captain courageous, Luke Norman's come off the ground.
He took a bit of a bad fall. Hassan comes up with the football, kicks it wide, but Swatala has zoned off beautifully. He's on 50, centres the football. Players set themselves. Illman goes back, first hands on the ball. Back it comes to Hassan, thrown to the ground. The umpire can do nothing but ball it up. And it's only 15 metres out from the Bulldogs' goal.
Nicely done there. As Sun put himself in the right spot, but an equally good tackle. Ball up. See if we can't get a clearance here. We can, and it's Pettigrew for West Adelaide, who clears the 50. Howard around the ball, also the player that just come on the ground. Glover gets his first touch, gains 30, leg to the ball, was Miles by Sibonella. 1-2 and off they go. Doggies looking for a winner inside 50. Kent committed himself beautifully. Illman roves at the ruckman, and now Pettigrew. A bit of pace for a big man comes grandstand side. Slattery the target, takes a good mark. Running with the flight of the ball, a contender early stages of the day for the flare curtains and blinds mark of the day.
Yeah, it was a good mark by Slattery in opposition to Steinburner. Now the crowd calling him to get on with the job. Goes left foot, high ball towards the centre wing, toward the boundary. By almost a good mark in the middle of the pack there by Glover. I reckon he's marked it. They've given it to Arnott, front man.
50 metres.
50 metres. Well, they're entitled to be upset, Westy, because I reckon the West Adelaide bloke had more of it.
Yeah, down Miles, though, came in and pushed his opponent with the old jumper punch.
Coming up for his sixth possession, guys. Slades also had 6 for the Dogs. For the Bloods, bit sort of, well, I guess you can't really count a lot of these sets to be in that short classes. Donaldson 10 and Pettigrew 7.
Couple of changes just a few moments ago as Arnott goes forward. Let you know those in a minute. Cowan the target, marks it beautifully. Good contest this one. Pettigrew v Cowan. Cowan led beautifully, marked strongly, and will kick for goal from 35 on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, Bobby Illman off the ruck for West Adelaide, and Dabrowski on for his first run for the day.
Missed a lot of this year with injury, Dabrowski, a rookie for the Crows.
Didn't look too bad last week.
13-6 inside 50s in favour of the Dogs.
All right, the Dogs.
Well, the floodgates will open shortly.
1-1 piece here. Cowan across the face of goal. I don't think it will sneak in for a behind. No, it doesn't. Out of play on the full. So from the left back pocket, West Adelaide will bring this ball back into play deep into the first quarter. Only 2 goals scored. And I guess at quarter time, if you're a Westie fan, you'd be happy with scores being just where they are at the moment, Steve Jacquia.
Oh, well, I mean, there's no real favouring of the breeze, so you just want them to be within touch every quarter, don't you?
And you can see already...
Slattery's got it, and he goes short to Pettigrew, still inside 50. Got a loose man here in the centre of the ground in Piacenti. Sees him now. Piacenti takes the mark, holds it up, waits for his runners to go by. He's got another short one on at centre wing. He goes even further than that, right over the back of the pack here at Broad Spectrum Oval. So West Adelaide through Hassan, work it down the ground, or risky sort of a kick forward. Been taken by Daniel Harris. Play on is the call. Here's an opportunity for Luke Donaldson. He goes now forward as West Adelaide into attack. Glover, long handball. They're messing around with it. Their skills need to be good. He goes short to Slattery. He's taken a good mark in opposition to Steinburner.
Started pretty well, old Henry.
And they've worked it down within 60 metres of the Richmond goal. He comes right across the ground. Piacenti is out here by himself. Has to wait for the ball to bounce. He's got a teammate backing him up. Handball over the back of the pack. Now they go deep into attack. There's the kick for Shepherd. He's on his own, and he takes the mark. 55 out from goal. He's tempted to go short again. That was risky. And Arnold has cut the ball off. And that's the end of a promising attack.
Well, special comments today by Harbour Ceramics, and Steve Jack was on the money a few moments ago. Skills need to be perfect when you're trying to break a zone, and that wasn't the case as the doggies from right half-back flank go towards right half-forward. Outnumbered is C. Gowans, 2-1, and the boundary wins out, so probably a good result for doggy fans. Right half-forward flank ball in.
I reckon they've almost done it perfect this quarter, except when they've got around in front of us, around this 60, 70 metre mark out, they then either go short or they go right to the back to the forward pocket. Go long, put some goal pressure on them.
Well, they're the victims of the flood themselves because they mess around with it so long. The Centrals get back every time and close off their scoring options. Another throw-in required because the ball has been knocked straight out of play. We're here for Angus Securities, the fixed interest specialists at the Broad Spectrum Oval in the key clash between West Adelaide and Central. West Adelaide looking to parcel up a place in the final five with a victory here today. Throw in now, Dabrowski wrestling. On the ground it goes. West Adelaide come up with the football. Running handball to Glover. Glover's got it at centre wing. He comes back into the centre towards the stand. He handballs wide and long. The skills not good on that occasion. And they're in big trouble now. Would have been a very promising attack. West Adelaide over the top of the football. Central come in. There's an attempted kick into the forward area, but it's off a body. Good block. And the umpire right in front of the 5DN scoreboard, which at the moment reads 1-1 apiece, is going to move in and bounce the ball.
Errors with their handballs are going to cost them because they were all set up perfectly. Then they had beautiful flowing footy. Lots of players at the fall of the ball that just mucked up with their just off mark. They only got like a foot off it, weren't they, Poppy, each time? But each time it's just out of his reach, and it really brings the opposition back to the game. Eh?
Yeah, to beat these best sides, you need to be on the money. And
Silky.
They've been just off a couple of times as they've moved forward. Inside forward 50, though, for West Adelaide. 1-1 apiece. Deep into the first quarter. Ball in. 50 contest. Central District win it. Hayes' handball was cut off, though, and now the blood through Howard. Taken to the ground. Handball off. He's under pressure, and now it's an important ball for Glover to win if he can. He holds it in. That's a good result for West Adelaide. And so at left half forward for the Bloods, there'll be a bounce down.
The Chubb down at the back.
It looks as though he could be. West Adelaide 1-1-7. Central the same. 1 goal to James Gowans for Central. The only goal scorer for West Adelaide is Salam Hassan. Pretty hard work to pick a best man on ground, as Steve Jack will have to do today. Nicely Howard. I tell you what, he's over the Glover. Glover needs to convert top of the square.
Good luck.
And it's all the doggies. A mark in the goal square by Central District will ease the pressure somewhat. It was a hopper to go short to Simonella.
Simonella now from the centre half-back position goes towards centre wing. Steinburner and Slattery. Slattery's done well on him. He gets a claw through it at the very last moment. The ball's right on the boundary line, and it's taken over by Shepherd. So they're going all right, Westies, in the one-on-one clashes. Slattery's doing very well at the moment on Steinburner, and players settle for the throw-in. Dabrowski up against Big Mac. McKenzie. McKenzie uses the body, gets it down to Gowans, ridden into the ground. They'll have to dig him out. 2 heavy bodies on top of him, Piacenti and Dabrowski. And he gets up and throws his arms around a bit. Does Gowans?
Can't do that.
Give us free.
Gets a warning from the umpire.
Weak umpire. Give him a free.
Yeah, you can't poke people in the throat.
Christopher Chubb has come off with it after looked like getting a corky in the lower part of the back, and Norman's come back on.
Dabrowski, vigorous, throwing his body against McKenzie. Toward the boundary line it goes. There goes the captain, Howard. Handballs into the open spaces. Now it's Howard, I'm sorry, has got the football. Norman's got it to him. Up to the half-forward line. Here's the chance now for Glover. He's there waiting for an easy ball. Comes back now in the direction of Norman. He's working hard, and he's found a teammate. Only about 40 metres out from goal, directly in front, and that is Jordan Russell. So Jordan Russell played 7 games. He's kicked 2 goals in his career. He's 17 years of age and weighs only 78 kilos.
Got some lovely skills, Nanks.
So Simon Arnott going off the dogs earlier as well, guys. He's their leading statsman along with Slade. They've both got 7 touches.
And a turn of fortune for West Adelaide. Chubb off and Norman on, and instrumental in setting up Jordan now for this goal. Ray Ewing.
There's the kick after the siren. It's drifting off to the right. It's a minor score. So Westies go in to the quarter-time break with the lead. On the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard, they are 1-2, 8 points. Central 1-1-7. You're listening to 5DN Football. We'll be back with the first quarter summary for Cutaway Mini Skips in just a moment.
5DN's SANFL match of the round continues.
Marks 33-19. They're all in favour of the Bloods. Hit outs 11-4 Central's way. Freeze 4-2 Central's way. Centre breaks 2-1 Central's way. Inside 50s 13-9 in favour of the Dogs.
Ball up now to start the second quarter. Scholar got the knock forward in the direction of Slade. He's thrown to the ground. Ball comes free towards Scholar. He's immediately dispossessed, but he does get a good handball away. Into attack they go through Swatala. Oh, he's pushed in the back as he kicks at 50. Umpire says, I see nothing. And the ball now handballed into the square to Shell. He'll kick a goal. Shell has kicked the opening goal within 60 seconds of the second quarter, getting underway. And that's his first for the day.
Just take some of the player stats, guys, while we get a chance. For Central, Bello has 5, Thomas 4, Steinburner 6, Sivanella 4, Arnott 7, and Slade also has 7. For West Adelaide, Donaldson has 12, 8 and 4, Howard 7, 3 and 4, Illman 5, 2 and 3, Hassan 8, 5 and 3, Pettigrew 7 and 2, 9, and Harris has 7, 6 and 1.
I think it was a bit of justice there because there certainly was a push in the back. How the umpire cannot see a guy who's just gets to the ball, pushes him straight in the back. It's got me absolutely beat, Poppy.
All right, ball bounced down too. Interesting to see the way Central's forward setup is at the moment. Explain that in a moment. Glover a kick around the corner, but it will fall in the arms of Arnott. Plays on quickly. That's what they need to do as a West Adelaide attempt to bring the game back to a slower pace. They are around about half forward now. Elijah Ware for Central District. Goes short. Shell, after being well kept for most of the first quarter, has kicked one and has it again from inside 50, which is dangerous for West Adelaide. And the Central District side, 2-1-13. West Adelaide 1-2-8. Daniel Shell.
The greatest thing so far, Westies haven't been able to get the ball. So obviously when they haven't got the ball, Centrals have. They'll get the ball in quick, and with their good forwards, they've got a big chance.
High ball.
Shell.
Just landing in the square. Big, tall players set themselves. Attempted fist on us on the goal line. Was it socket through? No. It just beat the outstretched foot of Marco Bello. Minor score. And now it's 2-2 Central. 14 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. West Adelaide 1-2-8. And, of course, a couple of quick goals, Poppy, by Central. We'll see a change of tactics, no doubt, by Westies.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Shepherd in the 1-2, back to his full-back. So they're just trying to draw the Central players to them. Not too many gaps for West Adelaide, though, at the moment, John Nankerville.
Coming up for his 13th touch, Luke Donaldson.
Out towards Slattery. Fisted away by that player. He's a good, hard competitor, Slattery. Driving the ball toward the boundary line. He knows what he wants to do. The interception by Central. They've got 3 players here now. Swatala runs to 50. He's deep in the pocket. Kicks it in, but there are 2 West Adelaide players. They spoil each other. But eventually the handball comes out from Pettigrew toward the boundary line. Where has he got it in play? He has. He'll centre it. And the mark has been taken. Drive at goal. Betters the angle. Steinburner kicks a goal. They're making it look easy now, Central. 3-2, 2-20. West Adelaide 1-2-8 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. 5DN Football.
Hi, I'm Sam Riley, and I'd like you to be part of a fundraiser that starts in September called Be Active for Asthma. You simply find people who can sponsor you to exercise. Then be as creative as you like. You could try karate, play indoor cricket, or something less strenuous, like taking your pet for a walk.
Walkies, come on.
We really don't mind what you do, so long as you're active. Contact Be Active for Asthma on 1800 645 130 or visit asthmaaustralia.org.au.
We'll catch that.
So here we are at Richmond Oval for 5DN's match of the day, thanks to Angus Securities. Hassan, a centre break, finds the youngster. That's Jordan Russell, who at the closing moments of the first quarter, in fact after the siren it turned out to be, had a shot for goal from around about the same distance and around about the same angle. He managed a point last time. John Nankerville.
Hasn't been too bad. Coming up for his 5th touch, Russell. 4 marks for West Adelaide.
Go short this time. Nicely done. Elwood dropped what he should have taken, went to ground when he didn't need to, and paid the price because the doggies on the rebound can hurt you. Jay Gowans over the top and off they go. Doggies again towards half forward. Shell again. This is causing Sean Wren some problems. Daniel Shell getting a lot of the ball inside 50 and quickly. Cowan holds off his opponent with one hand, takes it with the other, opens up for Steinburner. Can he get his second inside a minute? Left foot kick. Just pushed to the left. And another minor score. Central 3-3-21 of the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. West Adelaide, Steve Jacklier, 1-2-8.
Yeah, good move. Daniel Shell's moved out of full forward, come out to centre half forward where he can try and use his mobility, and it's worked very well against Kent, which has obviously pushed Cowan back to the full forward area.
There's the kick out. All good work on that occasion by Slade. Holds the ball in the area. Ware comes up with it. Over to Bello. Goes short looking for Gowans. Can't complete the mark. Donaldson comes up with the football. Gets it out to Piacenti. Now to Hassan. He'll be run down. Gets the kick forward. It's a lovely kick. And the mark has been taken once again by Jack Russell. There's Jordan Russell's kick up towards half forward. Underneath the football on that occasion was Luke Nathan. Central of plenty of support here. Runners left, right and centre. There's the series of handballs into the middle, picked up by Bello, easily gets around Glover, gets onto his left boot, goes short, and a good mark has been taken by Ware. He's about 55 metres out from goal. Goes across the ground now. Sibonale has drifted down. He plays with extreme confidence, goes short to Cochrane, unattended, takes the mark 40 metres out from goal. Could be the third goal in as many minutes for the Bulldogs.
Coming up for his third touch, Stuart Cochrane. He's had 3 kicks, 3 marks.
And you picked it before, Steve Jack, with your compliments of Harbour Ceramics. West Adelaide in trouble because they just can't get possession of the ball.
They've gone forward a couple of times and wasn't quite good up here by Luke Nathan. He sort of let the ball go over his head. Central just swooped it past, and Westies, I reckon, wouldn't have had 3 or 4 touches this quarter.
Inside 56-1 in favour of the Dogs this term.
Here comes Cochrane, the power player. Long kick, plenty of penetration and plenty of accuracy. Straight through the middle, and Central breaking the game up in the second quarter. They go along to 4 goals, 3-27. West Adelaide 1-2-8. Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. 5DN football.
Rubbish blues getting you down? Grab a Cutaway mini skip. 1300 362 362. No trailers, no tips, just a phone call. Cutaway will cut a mini skip to your home pronto. Then cut away your rubbish. Cutaway mini skips come in all sorts of sizes. Talk to the team about the right one for your job. Plus, Cutaway's big into recycling, so they'll even sort your rubbish for you. Dump the rubbish and dump the rubbish blues. Get on the blower. Cutaway mini skips. 1300 362 362.
Just checking scores from around the grounds at Adelaide Oval. It's the Tigers 3-5-23 over Norwood, 1-2-8 at Prospect. It's North 6 straight goals over South, 2-5-17 at Woodville, 2 points in it. Port 2-4-16 over Eagles, 2-2-14, and at the MCG, the elimination final, Essendon turned it around 8-6-54 over Melbourne's 6-5-41. Back to Broad Spectrum Oval,
where Salam Hassan, who's holding the ball up on the half-back line, receives the booze. It's pretty tightly zoned off for him, so he chooses his option well. That's Glover. And they'll just try to pick the gaps and draw Central to them.
It was the first time in about the first 7 minutes of this quarter they've been able to do it, because it's the first time they've really had possession of the ball in a standard position.
Yeah, but they need to score, because they're not going to win this game unless they kick a bigger score. I know that's obvious as it sounds, but they're not playing as though they're wanting to score, and they're falling down at around about the second last hurdle, right on the arc of 50.
Off to Hyde takes the mark.
It was a good mark too. It's a nice clean pair of hands.
Off to Hyde goes short now towards the centre wing. Doesn't reach the target. Pushed under the football, Steinburner. Play on, calls the umpire. Wester in with the chance now. Oh, a very clever sort of knock on in the direction there of Donaldson. He's tackled high, comes to Harris. Harris drives at goal for Westies. Unprotected goal square, and I reckon he's done it. Harris has scored the first for West Adelaide in this quarter. And they go along to 2 goals, 2. They are trailing Central 4-3 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard on 5DN football.
This man is comfortable, completely comfortable. He's trying out his new lift and recline chair from Complete Comfort. Complete Comfort custom make all sorts of lift and reclining chairs and adjustable beds for all sorts of people. For anyone who wants complete comfort, drop into their new showroom at 17 Nelson Street, Stepney, or call them on 8362 1491. And they can come to you for a free, no-obligation demonstration. Do you want to know what it really feels like?
Well, Scholar knows what it really feels like. Big punch from the centre of Broad Spectrum Oval. Gets the ball for the Doggies around about half forward. Howard, rugby league-like, maybe even rugby union.
More like union.
Tries the bust, the scrum and cut. And there'll be a throw up rather than an in.
Needed the pack to come behind him and push him about another 40, 50 metres forward.
Arnott, third man up, gets the first touch. Howard again, bottom of the pack, as he so often is. Shepherd steals the ball and then loses it. Arnott gives it to Slade. Slade over the top to Cowan. Should be a goal if he gets the bounce. He gets the bounce. It's not a goal. Or is it?
No. Good pressure, Pettigrew.
Was indeed. West Adelaide 2-2-14. 9 minutes gone, first quarter on the Harbour Ceramics time clock. Central District 4-4-28.
He looked as slow as you, Poppy, then.
Just had a bit of trouble picking the ball up.
Oh, you were a good pickup. Don't worry about that, Poppy. But
waiting for the kick out now.
He's got Harris or he's got Shepherd. Right.
There's Donaldson's kick.
Risky.
He's 2-on-1, and a good mark has been taken out there for West Adelaide now. They go in short, and there Shepherd has taken the mark. He's playing in defence today. Has been tried as a forward player in the past with some success. There's Glover making a long lead again. I reckon he sprinted 200 metres for that lead, and his opponent Hopwood saying, hey, you normally play the game on my terms. Don't like chasing across the paddock. He goes in short. Mark has been taken by Slattery, centre half back. They're just going from one side of the ground to the other. There's the left foot kick towards centre wing. Here's an opportunity now with a good bounce for West Adelaide. Pettigrew does it well, picked up the ball nicely, doubles round, goes in short for Illman. Good body clash.
Good contest,
Divinala was in there hard. Central come up with the football. There's good work by Slattery. Threw the body in, made a real contest of it, but Central still able to come up with the football. And the kick towards centre wing and Swatala is a good one. He's met hard, Swatala. He's got Cowan there to protect him. He backs back and eventually goes along the edge of the boundary line. Looked almost deliberate to me. Swatala, and it's a throw in centre wing in front of the 5DN broadcast box.
frustrating footy by West Adelaide. It will frustrate Central Districts, not only their supporters but their players as well. They've got to keep a cool head here. They know they can probably blow this game apart, but they've just only got to win it.
Yeah, frustration hopefully for West Adelaide is enough to open up some opportunity, but this time Cochrane opens up for Swatala. Pressure from Ruska. Swatala's kick towards Shepherd. Stands and delivers with a mark. Plays on quickly as he's so often done. This time though, finds a man with a possession. Ruska's got Hassan. Hassan's got Howard if he draws quickly. No, he won't. In fact, he'll hold it and go backwards, but keep touch. You can hear the fans' frustration in the background, I'm sure. And we said before the game this was always going to be the case. Piacenti left half-back flank with possession. Play on's the call from the umpire. They're saying it didn't travel the distance.
He goes
to Dre. And Ray, left half-back flank. They've used the ball 4 times and lost 5 metres.
A lot of possessions, but this is not good football.
Thanks, you need a couple more pens there, mate.
Yeah, running already. Anyone can see that first mistake you make, the other team scores. And he's gone short again to Slattery. Slattery's playing a fine game, but he's gained nothing. He's just gone across the ground.
8 marks, 11 touches for Henry Slattery.
Yeah, I like his style. Now he goes short into the middle again, and the mark has been taken on this occasion by Dion Miles. Sooner or later, though, you've got to go forward. It's the only way you can score. Miles, high ball towards centre half forward. Players set themselves. Plenty of Central's players back there, and it's Hopwood who comes up with the football. He's now got it at half back. He goes short. Swatala's made the space. So once again, they stack. And now Swatala. Oh, he picked out a player here in Bello. He's taken the mark. He plays on quickly. Gets around the West Adelaide player. Goes for a bounce. He'll run to 50. He showed the ball to the opposition. And the opposition said, I'll have it. In the meantime, it comes to Cowan. I think Cowan might be suffering an injury at the moment. He goes across the ground. And the mark has been taken here for Central. They'll go short through Chris Gowans. Oh, it wasn't good enough for Thomas. And now West Adelaide come up with the football. Dangerous handball. But the umpires found a free kick. And it's going the way of West Adelaide.
It is too, yeah. Late was Thomas for the Doggies. So fortuitously for West Adelaide, they get the free kick. Now it's Ruska, right half-back flank, just forward of right half-back flank. They go short again. There's keeping possession, and then they'll take a chance as they go forward. But as they take the chance, they fall down more often than not.
Oh, good catch.
Nicely done. Good catch it was to Simon Munn, right half-forward flank. The Bloods. 13 minutes into this second quarter and trailing by 14 points. Attempt to close the margin. They might right now through Howard. Put his body in the front position and took a strong grab and got a free kick to boot. So they're in that right forward pocket, Steve, as we found that they might move to in that first quarter.
It's exactly the same posse here. Obviously, that's where some room is for them to move, but almost an impossible angle to kick a goal from here, from when you're about 40 or 5 metres out. It's going to be a tough shot from there.
Well, Central District opened this game up in the early minutes of this second quarter, but a goal here against the odds by Howard. All of a sudden, we've got a game on our hands. Howard, he practiced this at training many times. And that's paid off today. You never know when they pay, but today's the day for Dean Howard. West Adelaide 3-2-20, 14 minutes gone, second quarter. That score on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard, Central District 4-4-28. Footy on 5DM.
With a stunning range of furniture, modern, formal, traditional and new stock arriving every week, Waterman's Furniture have been creating beautiful homes for over 50 years. For every taste, for every room, for every home. Waterman's Furniture. Delivered by Friday. If it's on the floor, it can be delivered by Friday. Waterman's Furniture, 647 Port Road, Woodville Park.
And checking scores around the grounds on 5-10 footy at Glenelg Oval, at Adelaide Oval, it's Glenelg 4-6-30 over Redlegs 2-3-15. North at Prospect leading 7-2-44 over South 2-5-17 at Woodville. It's the Eagles turning it around 3-2-20 over Port 2-4-16. And at the MCG, Essendon marching on 11-6-72 in the elimination final over Melbourne 7-5-47. It's back to Broad Spectrum Oval for 5DN's Match of the Day.
And Thomas has got the free kick for Central. The helicopter punt kick towards centre wing. Beats the pack. Shepherd's first back there. He's under great pressure from Cowan at Central. Made no effort to get rid of it. That should be holding the ball. And the West Adelaide fans are not happy. Made no attempt whatsoever. Just tried to go to the boundary. Shepherd being sent off for the blood rule.
He got one in the nose, I think, in the snout.
6 ticks, 6 marks to Peter Shepherd.
So Krieg comes on to replace Shepherd. Shepherd's done his job today.
Yep.
Found plenty of the football. So it's a lively game, this. The crowd's getting right into it. And the umpire's going to bounce the ball right in front of our broadcast spot here at Broad Spectrum Oval, Richmond. Comes in now to bounce. In fact, he throws the ball up. Players set themselves. Over the back to Browski. Goes in a second time. Coming up with a low Arnott. Arnott over towards Slade. Now it comes out in the direction of Central's Krieg. He goes in towards full forward. Shell looking at his opponent Kemp. Off hands it comes to Piacenti. He goes to handball to a teammate. Pettigrew takes them on, thrown to the ground. Bello tries to soccer off the ground. On the deck it goes. West Adelaide in there strongly, taking the ground. The umpire will have to ball it up. No, he's going to get a free.
How can they do that? They didn't do it here.
You're joking. He's given a free against Flattery for holding the pill.
That is poor.
And the free kick to Central.
Well, the tackle put the player to ground, and I know he didn't make any attempt to get rid of it, but he was taking the ground, so...
But Poppy didn't do it. Cowan didn't do it here either.
I thought it was the
You've got to have consistency if you umpire, whether good or bad.
Yeah, Cowan made no effort to get rid of it here.
Exactly.
True enough, and Cowan's the player, ironically, with the ball. With Pettigrew on the mark, Cowan, who can kick a ball a long, long way, but when he's hot early, he'll be hot all day, and he hasn't been hot early. Let's see what he can do. He'll kick from right on the arc of 50. Kick is offline. And that tends to be the way he plays. When he starts the game, well, he just can't be stopped.
One thing about him, though, he'll keep on having a go.
Yeah, he will. True enough. So West Adelaide through. Luke Donaldson will bring this ball back into play. 17 minutes gone, second quarter. Angus Security's match of the day. No sign of a flare curtains and blinds mark of the day in this second quarter. But
blood rule, Poppy.
A highlight or two. Daniel Shell comes off with the blood rule just moments after Peter Shepherd from West Adelaide came off with the blood rule. Coming on for Central District, Steve Jacquia.
Cane officer.
And now Donaldson with the ball. Looking to find an option with a fairly deep zone this time, so that'll give West Adelaide some options. And there's one, a good one too. Howard, inside defensive 50.
Centre half back now. He's got Hassan in the centre of the ground. Took a little while to get there, and Dabrowski has made the move.
Hassan could be the option if he's
right centre wing. Hassan, he's being attended to by Kane Officer. There's the kick, and it's a nice pass, and Dion Miles has taken it again in the Poppy pocket. Extreme right-hand side of the ground. And this is the plan of attack by Westies. You can't understand it. It's hard to kick goals from there. Now he's going to go short. Oh, there's a lot of players there. Glover comes off hands. Back it goes to the original kicker. In towards the forward line. In there is Luke Norman. Overruns the football. Good hard stuff by Hassan. Throws the body in. And the umpire's going to have to move in and bounce the ball. Only about 30 metres around from the goal, but hard against the boundary line.
Ratley coming off, Steve Jacquia.
Yeah, he's coming off, and the blood rule was on before for our Peter Shepherd back on.
All right, Norman overruns the ball. Doesn't seem to be quite right today, Norman. Not usually showing a lack of vigour, but today just not quite right. There is some problem with Norman. Quick kick out of defence by Flattery again. Maybe a contender midway through this second quarter for the Gooja Fish Cap man of the match.
Oh, he would have had most of the ball thus far, Nate, yes?
Donaldson has had most ball. He's had 15 touches. Flattery not behind. He's had 13.
He's playing well.
And so Flattery just short of right half forward, plays on to Shepherd. They find a crack in the Central District defence, and Howard's trying to do the same. To Norman. Howard to Norman, two of the experienced campaigners. He wants to go but doesn't, and will kick from outside 50. This will test him distance-wise, but I'll tell you what, when this player's hot, 55 can kick.
He is a thumping kick, Bobby.
He's got a slight breeze behind him. I reckon he'll get the distance.
Well, if ever you need a captain to kick a goal, this is it. Playing for a guaranteed spot in the 5, 19.5 minutes gone, second quarter. Your team's trailing by 9 points. Norman will kick from just outside 50. A little bit too much air, and it'll drop short. In fact, it got over the pack and went through for a behind. They edge closer. 3-3-21. That's the West Adelaide side. Central 4-5-29. Those scores on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard.
So they set the screen, West Adelaide. They've all got their set positions to go to. They all know where the script says they should go. And they kick out now.
And all the half-back flankers move forward too, across to the centre line.
And there's an opportunity for an error. Slattery put the pressure on. Coming in strongly, Hassan. Beautiful pickup. Handball's a bit risky. Got it to a teammate. Over it goes to Dabrowski. He's had to kick round the body. A bit clumsy and a bit slow. Eventually socket off the ground. Hassan picks it up. He drives towards the goal square. Players set themselves. Norman, no, he didn't complete the mark. Offhands it comes, and Central run it out of defence. And there's a good lead by Steinburner. Down the centre wing. He takes his opponent on. There's the kick up towards Cochrane. He's got away from his team. Here's another player further down the field. He ignores him. But he's got 2-on-1 in the goal square. Cowan can't take the mark. In there is Pettigrew. Pettigrew does it well. He's wrestled. No attempt to get rid of it. And the umpire's going to ball it up. Only about 10 metres out from the central goal. Gee, Cochrane fouled up there. Had a teammate in the forward pocket all by himself, and he kicked beyond him.
He did, but he mucked up only a little bit less than what Luke Norman did. I thought Luke Norman would mark that ball normally.
Cochrane, third man up, got the tap, and it fell in the arms of Shepherd. Another quick kick for him, only as far as Steinburner. From the right pocket, centres it up. Elijah Ware, the smallest man, had to sit. Taken without it, I thought. So too, Chris Gowans. He overruns it in the end. West Adelaide desperate through Pettigrew. Hold the ball in right next to the left point post. 3-3, West Adelaide, Central 4-5.
Nankers, we haven't heard the name Gowans much today.
We certainly haven't. Chris Gowans only had the 4 touches, and James Gowan has had 5, 22 minutes into this second term.
There's the bounce down. West Adelaide get a chance to clear through Hassan. He's probably the man of the match at the moment. He kicks wildly, though, only as far as Swatala on 50, drives at goal. It's going to be slightly off target, right? All the players throwing each other to the ground. Free kick Westies in the back pocket. Before acceptances, Kent was thrown to the ground.
16 touches to Hassan. Adam Swatala, busy for Central. He's had 12, 9 of them in this term.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but doesn't mean as much this week, does it?
There's the kick out towards Rusker in the centre-half back position. He takes the mark, and now he waits. He goes back, turns his back on the play, which is unforgivable in modern football. One of the Gowans boys coming off.
James is off.
They're not having a good day. I'm expecting them to fire up shortly. Short pass goes in towards Ben Dre. He takes the mark. He's right on defensive 50.
It looks like he's got a neck problem there. He's holding his neck there and walking a tad gingerly. So it's going to be difficult to even come back on the ground.
Yeah, I think they're thinking about next Sunday. So I don't reckon you'll see Central District take too many risks, especially not the Gowans boys. Not now. Towards the right half forward flank. It's the big fella, McKenzie, takes the ball and gives to Slater, who in turn gives to his Central District teammate. They kick towards the goal square. 2-on-1. Elijah Ware provided a really good contest and kept the ball in the area, but that's all he can hope for just at the moment, and he got it too. No, bust the pack did Kent again. He's been okay down there today, pretty solid. The kick was poor though, put Krieg under pressure. The tackle was, geez, it was marginal, but playing was probably the right call. And now there'll be a ball up. Yes, there will. Right on the arc of 50. Hopwood had the ball and couldn't dispose of it. And the tackle was applied. 3-3, West Adelaide, Central 4-5, 23 minutes gone on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard.
Immediately the umpire throws it up. McKenzie gets the knock towards the teammate. Plenty of West Adelaide Guernseys. However, it comes out towards Chris Gowans. Left foot kick to the goal square. Good shepherding back there. And this enables Kent to take the saving mark. Shepherded out of it on that occasion was Elijah Ware. Now he's found the player at half back, and the kick is good to Pettigrew. Gave Steinburner one in the face. Umpire says, settle it down, boys.
Sensible umpire, that. He did fend him off in the chest area. He might have got him in the throat. But...
There's the short pass. And the mark has been taken here by Howard. Howard goes back. The crowd will get restless again. You'll start hearing the jeers in a moment.
Shepherd will get it.
Stands back. He's got a teammate 10 metres away. Now he goes a bit further. Risky. Over the back of Piacetti, who was kneed in the lower regions. Kneed in the lower regions by Marco Bello. And he's not breathing too well at the moment.
Yeah,
Sucking the air in.
The old Jats crackers, a bit tender.
Yeah, well, he's able to kick the football, which is good, towards Ruska. And Ruska takes the mark. They're still at centre-half back. So for all that, in fact, that was Dre who's taken the mark. Dre has taken the mark at centre-half back. He's got Pettigrew short.
Simon Arnold off too.
An unusual brand of football. I don't know how you can win games playing this. He goes long and towards the forward line this time, and he's found the leading Dion Miles 70 metres out from goal in the Poppy pocket.
Well, you find that, and I agree with you, Ray, but, you know, in a lot of ways, this is smart coaching. He knows that his side cannot beat Central District without a plan. The plan at the moment is keeping them in touch. And that is a mark to West Adelaide. And that is very poor play by Tyson Hay, who from behind backed himself in rather than punch.
Yep,
and will pay the price, because Luke Nathan, who can kick goals, he's only kicked a dozen or plus or so, will line up from directly in front and put West Adelaide within 2 points if he's successful.
I mean, everyone gets taught the old punch from behind. It just depends on whether or not how many times Tyson Hay does it. Does he do it 99 times to get away with it, Poppy? But generally go for the punch.
Oh, poor kick by Nathan to the right, behind. West Adelaide 3-4, Central 4-5. The margin 7 points.
When you play the best side in the competition, you've got to take your opportunities, and you won't get many better ones than that. And he just blew it.
Just a poke.
You're saying they can't beat Central, but, I mean, they're getting enough of the football, West Adelaide. They're winning the 50-50 competitions.
No, but they're only keeping this game by keeping possession of the ball, Ray.
There's the kick out. Ruska fits the ball away from his opponent right to the boundary line and makes sure it goes out of play. So it's half forward left for West Adelaide as they go into attack again for this throw-in.
The first 6 minutes of this quarter, they couldn't get possession of the ball, and Central's kicked 3 quick runs.
So, left half forward flank, West Adelaide kicking to the northern end, still trailing by 7 points. Deep into time on, not many goals scored. Held without the ball, I thought Gowan. Play on was the call. Was a free kick there. Quarter time siren goes. That marks half time, of course. West Adelaide 3-4-22 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. Central District 4-5-29. The goal scorers for West Adelaide, 1 apiece to Dean Howard, Salam Hassan and Daniel Harris. And for the Doggies, 1 to Daniel Shell, James Gowans, Nathan Steinberner and Stuart Cochran. We'll have a quarter time, in fact half time. I reckon you're being too harsh.
Oh, come on, Westies.
There is a plan, and you don't play the same football week in and week out. You come up with a plan that beats your opposition. 1 week it might be playing attacking football. The next week it could be playing defensive football. The next week it could be something else, but you don't want to be predictable, and certainly West Adelaide aren't that.
Okay, the umpire about to put the ball up. Illman goes up against Scholar. Knocking it on that occasion is Howard into the open. Ruska runs onto it now. Goes onto his left boot. He looks to centre the football. Players set themselves up forward. Good protection on that occasion by Luke Nathan for his teammate, who's on top of the football. Coming in using the body hard on that occasion.
Good play.
Would have been Daniel Harris. The ball comes out now. In fact, there's a push in the back. Free kick going Westie's way, and they'll get a shot at goal.
That's Simon Munn, I think it might have been there. Great play there. Held the ball in the area.
It was Munn, too. He goes short. Here's an opportunity now for the captain, Luke Norman. He drives at goal. Oh, it's slightly off to one side. Again, they're playing from the pocket at every opportunity. Minor score. West Adelaide 3-5. Central 4-5. There's 1 kick in it.
Yeah, there is. So West Adelaide starting, as they did that first quarter, looking as though they're going to take a couple of chances early in the quarter to kick a score before they close up shop again. But
they must have done heaps of goal kicking from that right forward pocket.
You'd think so. Simonella now.
Crazy.
In fact, Tyson Hay, I apologise, who brings the ball back into play. Runs 20, kicks 50 towards the outer side. Shepherd might have the sit. No, goes for the punch, misses. And now the Doggies. Through Krieg, Thomas, in fact, towards Cowan, who gives to Jay Gowans. Now, this is bread and butter as Daniel Shell takes the mark. And the Doggies, as they did at the start of the second quarter, will kick the first goal of the quarter in the opening minute. So Daniel Shell, who has only kicked the 1 goal, will have the opportunity to be the first multiple goal scorer in this match.
This happened in the second quarter, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Exactly the same thing.
On the rebound, they're very, very, very good.
I was very well played by Paul Thomas.
And here we go. Daniel Shell straight through the middle. He's second of the afternoon. The Doggies fifth. They are 5-5-35. West Adelaide 3-5-23 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. You're listening to Footy on 5GN.
At Fox Creek Wines, we dedicated our easygoing red wine to our Border Collie Shadow, his exuberance and his love for life, and we called it Shadow's Run. Now, we've captured Shadow's cheeky side to give you Shadow's Run, the white. It's light, fresh, happy and friendly with just a little bounce. Exactly like Shadow, right boy? Shadow's Run, the white, from Fox Creek Wines, McLaren Vale. Look for Shadow fetching the stick on the label at a Sip and Save seller's store. Shadow's Run, the white, a white that's better than its price.
Ball knocked down by Central, but immediately picked up by Hassan. He gets it over in the direction of Slattery. Slattery goes wide. Glover's got it.
Slattery work.
Centre half, rather centre wing the position for Glover as he attempts to put Westies. But again, they stop. And as a result, Central's flood back.
And you see the Doggies don't put anyone on the mark, encouraging him to play on.
Yeah, he puts the ball on the ground, then goes in short. Risky, but the mark has been paid. And the free kick will go to West Adelaide, and this will be Norman. We'll put them into attack. Queries the man on the mark. He's still at centre wing. There's his kick to the lead of Shepherd, and Shepherd takes the mark. 60 out from goal. Now this is where they have struggled up until now. Making the lead is Dylan Kent. He's come down from full back. Instead he goes short, and the mark has been taken by Jordan Russell. He's right on 50. For West Adelaide.
He's done that well a few times today, Jordan Russell, presented just outside 50, probably just outside his range.
Quite a promising player. If there is any breeze, it is coming from the south at the moment, but a very, very slight breeze. Lines up the goals. There's the kick. It's going to be in the square. Players set themselves. Scholars back there, gets his fist to the football and knocks it out of play. No, it's a minor score. Minor score there, so West Adelaide go to 3-6. Central are 5-5.
The Doggies playing on from the kick in last time. This time go to a 2-on-1 option, and Cochrane sits and takes a good solid mark. He does, and plays on quickly. Not on. Gowans gives a little bit more to Slattery on the way through. Kicks to centre half forward. Pettigrew and Cowan both lose it. Pettigrew keeps his composure better. Quick kick, Hassan, yet another touch. Gets around one, under pressure now. Can he find a teammate in the centre? He can, but Rusker too, he's under the pump and loses his footing to boot. Waiting on the tackle, Rusker gets a second chance. Does it neatly, dances onto the left foot, the kick poor, gain 10 metres. Cochrane might get another touch. He too loses it. Well done, Glover, round the body. Can he find a winner? This is crucial. Miles, punch to the front. Norman lays a tackle and a half and keeps the ball inside 50. Blood fans happy with that effort. West Adelaide 3-6-24. Central 5-5-35. 2.5 minutes gone on the Harbour Ceramics time clock.
Come out tough, Westies. They sort of they're here to play footy, and they've got to get that ball forward quicker.
Now Scholar takes the ball out of the ruck. Cochrane couldn't get his foot to the football. It's on the deck. Central's come up with it now. There's the handball from Bello over to Cochrane. He's well shepherded. Cochrane runs through the centre, drives it up looking for Shell at the back. Can't complete the mark. Kent is back there behind them. He's overrun the football. Pettigrew, he's got poise, this boy, Pettigrew. He's knocked it forward. In there is Steinburner. Good shepherd by Ware. Steinburner comes up with it. Goes back, short pass. It's Shell. He's got the football. He's dragged off it. He knows where his teammate is, though. Dirty bounce, though. A second bad bounce. This time it goes back in the favour of Slade. Handball goes over to Gowans. He drives it, goal. Minor score. Central Districts, 5-6. West Adelaide, 3-6 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard.
A little bit untidy there, but the ball sort of bounced clear from about 4 players, which made it very difficult. But, you know, the Central Districts are sort of chipping away, and Gowans has normally got a very good left foot, Poppy.
Yeah, you would have backed Gowans to kick that one on any other day than probably today. They've both been a bit cold today. Chris Gowans, I think, still on the woodwork. No, they're both out there, just not getting much of the ball. They play West Adelaide to the left pocket and then hold on, wanting to draw Central towards them. They've got Harris, though, in the middle, and they go that way. And again, keep possession. So they'll wind the clock down, but keep possession, as Steve Jacquia pointed out as part of his comments, thanks to Harbour Ceramics, that skills are crucial here when you do this. And now they're under a bit of pressure. In fact, they don't know what to do. And they're going to come unstuck, or they might find the boundary at best. Hassan dances around 2, but then under pressure, must handball, and does. Nicely done. They, again, starting to work through marginally. Rusker gives, and they're in trouble, and they might give the ball away. Too high, lucky. for West fans. Cochrane came in late, and I think himself he's getting frustrated with this game because he needs to get a lot of the ball to get back into that power side.
Yeah, penalty.
So now West Adelaide have the ball in the centre of the ground. That was a high tackle by Cochrane. And West Adelaide taking all the time. It's a deliberate ploy. They've done it all day. And Piacenti kicks it now in the direction of Hassan. Arnott trying to go with him, but Hassan leaves him in his wake. Left foot kick. Drives it in. Oh, push in the back there. Umpire saw it. Free kick to the Centrals. And I think it's off to Hyde. Will get the football.
Henry Slattery down too, guys. He jumped into the pack there. He showed a lot of courage, but he might have done a knee.
Hopwood now over towards Arnott. Arnott's got a player free here in Steinburner at centre wing. So this is when Central Districts get the ball moving fast. Gets it over to Swatala. He runs through centre wing. Long ball to half forward. Shell, Ware waits down. He's looking for the crumbs. Going in hard on that occasion. Good work by Central's Paul Thomas. And now it goes to Ware, who's on his own and drives it through. Central make them pay. 6 goals, 6. Central Districts. West Adelaide 3-6. 5D in football.
We got more to grow, we got more to show, we got the best quality. We're the biggest place for plants in town, we're Virginia Nursery. We got more in plants and more in pots, best prices just you see. We're the biggest place for plants in town, we're Virginia Nursery. We grow it, we know it, and we'll save you real money. We got more of everything for your yard, we're Virginia Nursery. Yes, we're Virginia Nursery.
6 minutes gone of this third quarter on the Harbour Ceramics time clock, and the margin 18 points favouring the visiting side. Central District there 6-6, West Adelaide 3-6. Slattery awaiting the stretch to leave Broad Spectrum Oval, an opportunity to check some of the important stats with John Nankerville.
Yeah, Slattery looks like he'll be going off with some sort of an ankle or a quad. 12 kicks, 2 handballs, 14 touches, 10 marks. Been very impressive today for West Adelaide. Hassan has just broken 20 touches. He's had 15 kicks and 6 handballs, 21 possessions. And just looking at the Dogs, Adam Sutala's been a guy who's impressed me. He's had 13 touches. He's up at the top of the list with Arnott, who has had 6 kicks and 5 handballs, 12 possessions. The Gowans coming at, or at least James Gowans coming into a bit more in this term. Chris had 1 handball, he's had 6 possessions, but James this quarter has had 2 kicks. He's had 7 possessions for the game.
All right, a couple of changes that will happen. Slattery will come off, and Ratley has come on. That's Mark Ratley for West Adelaide, and for the Central District side, there's been a change also. Steinburner, not to be confused with Steinborner down there at Gawler. Steinburner off, and coming on is Kane Officer, who we haven't seen much of today, John Nankerville. In fact, I'm not sure that he's touched the ball.
He's been on, he hasn't touched the footy, but he's come on. He's replaced Quinton Graham in the side, I believe, who was out with injury.
Well, now what about you blokes? We're singing the praises of these tactics of West Adelaide. Now they're 3 goals down the gurgler. What are you going to do for an encore?
Well, they were 3 goals down in the second quarter as well, Ray, in the opening minutes of that second quarter. They're still in touch. I have seen sides come back from 3 goals down.
Probably just quickly,
not playing this sort of football.
Just on Slattery, just to let our listeners know that he is sitting up on the stretcher, and it appears to be like an ankle or perhaps even a corky through his lower leg. So it didn't look like it was overly severe. So for the listeners there, doesn't look as bad as what we might have thought.
It doesn't look in a lot of pain.
That's how you're getting home tonight, isn't it, Jax, on that little ankle?
Yeah,
right there's a west leg.
But he still won't be driving.
I might be on the stretcher.
Okay, the stretcher is off the ground. They're just waiting for the vehicle to be removed from the boundary line as they carry Slattery down into the rooms. Looks like he might have done ligaments in his ankle. As the little gopher is now going off the ground.
And a little bit of humour there. He's going to try and run some of the Central District players over, I reckon.
He's now leaving the field. So the umpire, as soon as he disappears through the gate on the eastern side, he will put the ball aloft. So Central Districts have opened up a 3-goal break now in a low-scoring match. There's the ball up in the air. Players set themselves. Scholar got the knock. West Adelaide an opportunity. Socket off the ground, however, by James Gowans toward the wing. He's got Thomas there. He overruns it. Comes back in the direction of a teammate in Slade. Slade to Cochrane. Left foot kick towards Arnott. He plays from behind. Off hands it comes. West Adelaide come up with the football. Go short to Hassan. They've got a player short at centre half forward, but instead he goes to the flank. He's gone to the right-hand side again, as I've done all day, to Dion Miles, and drives it in. A good mark has been taken by Munn. Simon Munn. He's going to kick from a tight angle. They could have gone through the centre on that occasion.
Yeah.
They chose not to.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Ray.
So Munn needs to kick it. 35 metres out from goal. Severe angle. We're right behind him as he comes in and kicks. West Adelaide needs this goal badly. Munn now. Drives at goal off the side of the boot. It'll score a point. That's all. Minor score. Westies have kicked 3 in this quarter. 3 goals 7. Central are 6 goals 6.
Yeah, 3 scoring shots apiece, but as you say, the difference is that Central District do it with confidence and with a little bit more structure, and they do it from in front of goals. As Gowan's kick was poor and opens the door for Ratley, who has one of his few possessions, given that he hasn't spent much time on the ground. To Glover, right half forward flank. He gives ground but goes inboard, and he'll probably get it back here with a bit of luck. Piacenti with the ball. He'll go short. This time it's McMahon. Illman calling for it.
Two blokes
really
here
standing on the ball. The kick was poor. Harris waited on it when he needed to go. Outnumbered his Gowans, but he's good enough to take the ball. Can he bust the pack? He cannot. And the call was fair. I'm not sure what Gowans wanted. He couldn't have got the free kick.
See, that was bad skills by West Adelaide. Two players wide on their own, and he never got either of them.
No.
Well, that's a free kick actually against the Doggies, because Hopwood was shepherding Illman on the ruck against Scholar, but the umpire didn't pick it up. I thought Hopwood might have thought that Scholar wasn't around. He was going to compete for the ball, but didn't. Now watch this. Here he goes again. Now he's not. See, now the umpire's paid it against him, but what he's doing, Hopwood, he's shepherding the ruckman away from Scholar. And this time he got the free kick. The umpire's just not aware of what's going on.
Yeah, well, the umpire can only call him being flung to the ground, unfortunately, there, but tough play for the ruckman.
There's the kick in by Central. Up forward, Shell goes for the spoil. Brings the ball down to ground level, but West Adelaide are in there through Ratley. Oh, he went to give it to Shepherd, who wasn't watching. In the meantime, the ball is on the ground. Coming in hard is Dre toward the boundary line, and West Adelaide herded over the boundary line, a bit like a border collie would get a sheep into the pen. And they get the desired result out of play. Half forward left as Central go into attack. They've got a handy lead. Players set themselves. Oh, heavy work there. Two players clash from behind, and Cowan has got the free kick. The umpire said that Dean Howard wasn't looking at the footy when he took him out.
No, he wasn't either. And again, Hopwood was contesting the ruck and opening up the door then for Cowan to be the next man up.
Now there's a big fly by Elijah Ware. Got up very high, but couldn't bring the ball to ground. Minor score for Central District. They go along to 6-7. West Adelaide 3-7 on the Scott Salisbury Holmes scoreboard.
That's almost as close to our flare curtains and blinds mark of the day we've had.
Super mark if he'd got it.
Yes.
Well, we may have to pay the flare curtains and blinds
almost
mark of the day. Yeah, almost mark. All right, West Adelaide looking for a major, aren't they, desperately? They are 18 points down, 3 straight kicks. We've played 12.5 minutes of the third quarter on the Harbour Ceramics time clock. And West Adelaide needing to win this game to positively be in the action next Sunday for the first week of SANFL finals.
And I think Port have hit the front at Woodville by a point.
So we've got a game on our hands here. West Adelaide out of defensive 50, one-on-one. Hassan, who's been hot. Can he win the ball? He can't. I thought that the Slade should have been paid. It wasn't. Play-on's the call. Doggies go inboard to Arnott, who may play on. No thought about it. Wants to draw a man and does. Over the top. Risky play, but good enough. Inside forward 50, Hopwood. Overruns it. Nicely done. Glover feeds it off to Rusker, who'll probably come back in. He does. And finds Shepherd, who he thought about going short, and now chooses to go long. Rafe Ewing.
He goes towards centre wing over the back of the pack. Arnold is back there. Illman is also in attendance. It goes out of play. Let's check the scores at other grounds.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Around the grounds at Adelaide Oval, it's Glenelg 9-8-62 over Norwood, 4-3-27 at Prospect. South have kicked the last 7 goals of the game. It's all tied up, 9-11-65 to North, 10-5-65. And at Woodville, yes, Port in front, 7-8-50 over the Eagles, 7-6-48. And at the MCG, it's Melbourne in front, 13-6-84 over Essendon, 11-10-76. Back to Broad Spectrum Oval.
Right, Cochrane puts Centrals deep into attack. Shell goes up one-handed again. Attempted soccer off the ground. Comes back towards Shell. He picked it up beautifully for a big man. Onto the left boot. Couldn't bring it round long enough, far enough. Minor score, but he moved beautifully on that occasion. And Central go to 6-8. West Adelaide are 3-7.
Yeah, very quick come on his left foot there. It would have been a lovely goal. It would have definitely been a Glenburn's fabric moment.
Well, they bring the ball back in, play on, they do, and then go short. The kick was poor. That'll make them put them under pressure. Ratley needs to bust the pack, and Cart loses the ball. Nice work, Piacente. The handball wasn't quite right. Shepherd under a bit of pressure. Likes to hold the ball. This time he gives. The 1-2 needs to be on.
Got him.
And isn't, and Rusker in trouble. Play on. Not sure that's the right call. Shepherd, though, goes for touch. And now the race. Well, it's the race of sorts. It's two lumbering ruckmen doing the best they can. Scholar wins the race and gives it to Hassan. I'm not sure, well, I'm positive that's not what he wanted. Arnott, after Hassan fumbled it, poor handball, kicks to centre half forward. Some sloppy play. Cowan drops it. Thomas doesn't. Kick to the advantage of Shell. Gets rid of his opponent, probably unfairly, but play on again, which has evened up a couple of the calls lately. And now Donaldson, he'll kick for touch, but Rusker might try to keep it in. He can't. Gee whiz. I'm not sure how that sounded at home, but I did the best I could for probably the sloppiest piece of play in a long, long time.
It wasn't that ugly in the first half. It was pretty ordinary, but it wasn't that ugly. Now, this quarter has been ugly.
Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. West Adelaide 3-7-25, Central 6-8-44.
And the Eagles have kicked another couple of goals. Here's Central now with an opportunity to run in and kick a goal. There's Thomas driving it at empty goal square, and he put it through. So they're on the move again, Central. They go along to 7 goals 8. West Adelaide 3-7. 5D in football.
This man is comfortable, completely comfortable. He's trying out his new lift and recline chair from Complete Comfort. Complete Comfort custom make all sorts of lift and reclining chairs and adjustable beds for all sorts of people. For anyone who wants complete comfort. Drop into their new showroom at 17 Nelson Street, Stepney, or call them on 8362-1491, and they can come to you for a free, no-obligation demonstration. Do you want to know what it really feels like?
Hassan gets a quick kick from the centre break. Simonella taken off the ball, probably held a bit too long. Either he dropped or he was held too long, but a call needed to be made. And instead, the umpire goes to bounce the ball down. Right half-forward flank, West Adelaide into attack. They're trailing by a smidge over 4 goals. Held was held behind the place. Nicely done by Bello to Steinberner, and off they go again. Tyson Hay, that sweeping left foot from grandstand wing, inside 50. Shepherd flies high, punches what he might have taken. Ware keeps it in play. Smart play too. And he gives to Slade, who has nothing but red, white and blue at the top of the square, and 50. Finds that player. And with the complement of a penalty, he'll kick from point-blank range and bring the score to a smidge after 5 goals. It's Kane Officer for the Doggies, who puts through his first of the afternoon. It's Central District's 8. They are 8-8-56. West Adelaide 3-7-25. You're listening to Footy on 5DM.
In the 30 seconds it takes for this ad, a fire could start in your home and potentially destroy it. Every second after could destroy your life. Everyone loves candles. The flame of a candle, small as it might be, can in no time at all ignite other burnable things like books, paper, curtains and other furnishings. They should be kept clear of other flammable materials and not where they can be knocked over by children or pets. Never leave a burning candle unattended, especially in a room with children. A message from the Government of South Australia and the state's fire services.
Quick scores around the grounds. Adelaide Oval, Glenelg 10-8-68 over Norwood 4-3-27. South in front now 10-12-72 over North 10-5-65. Eagles back in front at Woodville Oval 9-6-60, 10 points over Port. And at the MCG three-quarter time in the elimination final, it's Melbourne by 8 points 13-6-84 over Essendon 11-10-76. Back to Broad Spectrum Oval, 5DN's match of the day.
Yes, and Porter kicked another goal, so there's only 4 points in it at the Woodville Oval. Here's the throw in now. Forward pocket for West Adelaide. They're starting to get a bit nervous here because they're 5 goals down. They played defensive footy and it hasn't worked. The ball's in their goal square, but Central work it out nicely. Series of handballs towards Chris Gowns. Oh, he's taken the ground towards Hay. Hay now goes toward the scoreboard pocket. Paul Thomas has been moved to centre wing. There's a fight on in the goal square. And the umpire's going to bring it back and give a Central Districts free.
Yes, Norman took him down very high and fell on top of him, and Chris Gowns wouldn't have liked that.
Short pass now to Mackenzie. He goes short again, and the mark has been taken further down the field for Central Districts. They're at half-back as they start to work the ball out of defence. Go short into Hay. Hay, centre half-back. All the Westies players have run down the field. Short pass. Oh, there's a runner being taken down by Cochrane. I don't know whether it was his own. They shake hands anyway. There's no damage done. But a great mark has been taken here by Dre in defence for West Adelaide.
And Luke Norman's coming off with that discrepancy before. He's dislocated a thumb or finger or something. He's running off himself.
In the meantime, the ball is choked up in the centre square as West Adelaide lost possession. Plenty of bodies over the top of the football, and the umpire's going to move in and throw the ball aloft. Up they go.
The player coming on for West Adelaide. Sorry, Ray.
You're right, mate. The handball comes out towards Paul Thomas, who's really having effects. It's being shifted to centre wing towards Steinbrenner. Takes the mark, played on, and he's holding the ball, I'd say. He tried to break the tackle. The ball socket off the ground. Ware is going to be first one back there. Well protected by a teammate in Cowan. He kicks it into Shell, and he takes a good mark. Shell has taken the mark 35 metres out from goal, but he is on an acute angle.
Well, Luke Norman's just had his finger put back in, boys, and was ready to come back on, and the trainer said, get back in. We might put a bit of tape around that, I reckon.
Down at Port, we just used to cut him off.
And that was a comment by Three Fingers Fewing. 20 minutes gone, third quarter. West Adelaide 3-7, Central 8-8, and Daniel Shell, the leading goal scorer in the SANFL, who already has 2 today, 1 in the second and 1 in the third. Attempts to put through his third. No, it won't be. Cross the face of goal, through for a point. So Central District 8-9-57, West Adelaide 3-7-25. The margin 32 points, and starting to get outside the reach of a West Adelaide side that doesn't look capable of kicking more than a few more goals. Hopwood off and Arnott on as Shepherd gets the mark, but still inside defensive 50 for West Adelaide.
Shepherd now. He's got very few players moving for him. So he's going to go back across the goals again, as they've done all afternoon, towards Pettigrew. Pettigrew now from centre half back, goes towards centre wing. Here's Hassan with Arnott, gets rid of Arnott well, but a nice little soccer, and marked his own ball, did Paul Thomas. The West Adelaide players were saying it was out of play, but it wasn't. Comes back to Curry, in towards centre half forward. Players set themselves. Good strong mark has been taken here for Central Districts inside the centre square, and that is Kane Officer. Kane Officer, with limited on ball time, goes in short. Arnott takes the mark and the heavy oncoming knock, and he's taken it 52 metres out from goal. Shell's on the move. Just waiting for someone to run down into space, but West Adelaide have got most of their players back there, and in the end they force the error, and the mark has been taken by Howard in defence. He goes wide towards centre wing. Hassan has made the space now. Norman wants it short, and he's going to go short. Oh, he tested him, and he kicked it out on the full. Bad error by West Adelaide, and Arnott takes the free kick.
He does. He goes inboard to find Krieg, who in turn got Slade, centre of Richmond Oval, and he plays on. And he runs 10 and kicks to the top of the square. Flyer from the back is Ware. Shell stands and tries to deliver. It can't. Ware comes through the pack, kicks it off the ground. Has it made it? No, hits the post. Central 8-10-58. West Adelaide stuck on 3-7-25. 22 and a half minutes gone. Harbour Ceramics time clock. Ball back into play. Shepherd under pressure. Gowan. Options galore. Steinbrenner. Gee, I tell you what, there's been some sloppy skills. Steinbrenner taken hard and a tad late, but he's good enough to find Cowan just outside 50. Cowan thinks Shell's the man for the job. Outnumbered 3-1. Bottom of the pack, Kane Officer. Goal number 2, I'd reckon. Yes. Game over, maybe. Central 9-10.
Maybe.
64. West Adelaide 3-7-25. If you were playing for West Adelaide, would you concede the game, Steve?
I certainly wouldn't, but as a spectator and a commentator, the game is all over without a doubt. West Adelaide can't get the ball into their forward lines with any method of movement or whatsoever. This game, they've got to change and go forward now, and they've got to try and have a win. But they had 3 players up against 1 Central Districts player, left 2 players on the ground to kick a goal.
If Westies are out of the final 5, it's all their own fault. Porter leading by 3 points at Woodville Oval, and this is the disgrace that this is the best effort they can give, this sort of tactical football to try and maintain a final 5 position. They deserve to be run out of the final.
Hang on a minute.
They were 7 points down at that time.
Hang on a minute. You thought that they would be beaten by around about 5 goals. They're 6 goals down.
They're going to be 12 down in a short time. There's the ball knocked forward, taken by Curry. Curry kicks it wide towards centre wing. Krieg is in hot pursuit. Going with him is Officer. He's got his tail up, Officer. His handball is not good, though. It's beyond his teammate. Goes to Glover. He's well tackled. Gets it over to Shepherd. Shepherd, in the end, has to go toward the boundary line. Players set themselves. Sivanala, he's out-muscled on this occasion by Pettigrew. Pettigrew's gone down forward. Comes into 50. He's got a man on his own in Hassan, and he takes the mark about 30 metres out. Here's the one shining light for West Adelaide. He's run himself ragged up and down the field. He's only 5 foot tall, and he's about to have a shot for goal.
Coming up for his 25th touch, Salim Hassan, and he's also had 7 marks.
He's been very good.
5 foot tall.
Yeah, he did start this game at 5'8", but he's ran so hard, he's shrunk a bit.
He's dug a bit of a furrow for himself.
He should be at Morpheville.
And Pettigrew looked good too. A change by Rennie to put Pettigrew up forward. Maybe his pace might help.
I reckon
needs to finish.
Here he goes at goal. Salim Hassan, he's kicked a goal for West Adelaide. 4 goals, 7 now. Central 9-10 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. This is 5DN football.
This man is comfortable, completely comfortable. He's trying out his new lift and recline chair from Complete Comfort. Complete Comfort custom make all sorts of lift and reclining chairs and adjustable beds for all sorts of people. For anyone who wants complete comfort, drop into their new showroom at 17 Nelson Street, Stepney, or call them on 8362-1491, and they can come to you for a free, no-obligation demonstration. Do you want to know what it really feels like?
Well, here they go forward again. Arnott wins the break, but a mark at half-back by Munn, who's got Dabrowski on the break. The kick needs to be good because the big fella is being hotly pursued by Mackenzie. He gets the ball, keeps the ball in, nicely done. Hay under pressure, handball wasn't quite right. The 1-2 gets it back, neat play, back to Mackenzie. Norman tries to apply some pressure, but they've got the number, the doggies, and they're starting to run the numbers through the half-forward line where Elijah Ware, just outside 50, will play on, open up the angle, kick towards Gowans. It's C. Gowans, who's protected by Daniel Shell and takes the mark. Nice play all round by the doggies.
Yeah, Shell was good there. He could have taken the mark himself, but he knew the man in front was unattended, and he just protected him all the way.
Central 9-10-64, Steve Jack.
Yeah, Dave Piasani,
4-7-31.
Sorry, Dave Piasani was on him, and he just let him get clear, so he virtually took an uncontested mark. As you said, good play by Shell to block him.
Chris Gowans, 5 touches this quarter. James Gowans, 4.
Well, they're back into it.
There's the kick. I think it's all right. It's a goal, and Central are marching away with this game. They go to 10 goals, 10. They are 70. West Adelaide 4-7-31, and the boos in the crowd, I don't think are directed towards Central. I think they're directed, they're West Adelaide fans who are unhappy to see their side perhaps eliminated from the finals in this fashion, because at the moment Port lead by a point at Woodville.
Yeah, disappointing. They've got to come now, and they've just got to go full bore at attack now.
Ball thrown up to Browse.
Changed.
Don't they?
We've changed our tactics.
Oh, they've got to do something.
Yeah.
Here we go. They march forward to West Adelaide, round about the half-forward flank. Ratley taken to the ground. There'll be a bounce down. 3 fingers fewing, starting to get a bit excited. West Adelaide lost touch in this third quarter, as was threatened probably for a lot of the game. Norman gives ground, handball not quite right, taken high. Harris clones the call, good pressure by Mackenzie. Now Norman's taken as well, and the doggies have just lifted the bar at the moment, and West Adelaide can't even get close to getting over the top of it.
If you try to explain it, it's a bit like last night, Brisbane Lions up against St Kilda. The pressure just mounts as the game goes on. There's the ball knocked forward by Big Mac Mackenzie. Eventually Hassan gets the ball into the open space, but running onto it now is James Gowans towards Shell. He's leading strongly. Oh, gathers it in beautifully. Gets rid of his opponent. He's trying to line the goal up. Instead, he handballs over the top of the pack. A shot at goal. Again, and it's a goal, I think, to Krieg on this occasion. Yes, correct. Central District, 11-10. And there's the siren for three-quarter time. And that was a great quarter for Central District. They kicked 7 goals in that quarter to 1 goal for West Adelaide. Cracked the game wide open on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. We'll come back for the Cardaway mini skip summary with Steve Jacquia in a moment. You're on 5DN Football.
5DN's SANFL match of the round continues shortly, thanks to Angus Securities, proud support.
Run aggressively and really helped his players really push hard. Michael Pettigrew's done all right. He went forward there in that quarter, did a couple of good passes of play, but boys, Central's by how far?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Cardaway mini skips, three-quarter time summary. During the course of this last quarter, John Nankerville will give us the important stats for the game to date. Ray Fewings continues the commentary, and after the match, the Gooja Fishcaf man of the match will be awarded by Steve Jacquia.
There's the ball bounced up, and Hassan comes up with the football, kicks it into the forward pocket. Up they go. Here's Pettigrew, gets the ball onto his right boot into the pocket. Good body work on that occasion by Rusker. Comes up with the football, gets it back to Hassan. He's the link man and everything. He comes across the ground to Piasende, inside 50. Can he get a kick away? He did, but he's thrown off the football up to the forward line. Oh, big mark in defence by Elijah Ware.
Flare, curtains and blinds.
That was the ripper. That was the one we've been waiting for. The flare, curtain and blind mark of the day. And he butters it up with a nice pass towards Curry in the back pocket. Curry.
That brought the crowd apart.
What a highlight. Well, he's been trying that a couple of times, and he's finally got it. Curry goes short. He's got a team man further on down the field. He dummies and just drops the ball over the line, does Gowans. I thought it might be a penalty, but no, the umpire says that's okay, and it will be a throw-in. 50-metre line for the Bloods as they go into attack. They need to score, and they need to score pronto. Although at the Woodville Oval, the Eagles may be saving their bacon. There's the handball towards Curry. He goes towards the boundary line, but it's Central coming up with the football. Chopped off by Rusker. There's a left foot kick around the body in towards centre half forward. Player on top of the football there, tries to come up with it. Central have got it. Handball out. They work it out with 2 or 3 clever handballs in the direction now of Sibonala. He always seems to have time and poise, Sibonala. He kicks it up towards Bello, but a great interception on that occasion by West Adelaide's Munn. He overruns the football. Central, no, he's back in again, Munn. He's fighting like a caged tiger, and eventually it's Ratley has got it in the direction now of Shepherd. Shepherd dummies around the opponent, gets it back to Big Illman. Illman, long ball, inside 50.
He does too. Norman went a little bit too early, the big fella. Tried to get over Cochrane. Central District again under pressure, equal to the task, and they work it out with numbers. Slade on the end, from half back to half forward. Officer just needs a bounce that suits, and he gets it. Can he find Hopwood up at full forward? Hopwood shepherds it through, looking for a passage, doesn't get it. Kent comes through. Momentarily, he looked as though he might grab the ball. He can't, and there'll be a bounce down. 10 metres out from the Doggies' goals. They lead by 7-3. Central District 11-10-76. And West Adelaide 4-7-31, Steve Jacquia.
Well, West Adelaide trying their hardest at the moment, but unfortunately, they're just aiming the players.
Here's the goal.
Great goal.
There's a goal by James Gowans. Shell took the ball from the ruck contest. Gowans said, over to me, Jimmy, and he gave it straight to him with a handball, straight along the ground for a goal. Central go on their winning way. 12-10. West Adelaide 4-7, 5DN Football.
No tip trailer trips. No tip trailer trips.
A cutaway mini skip means easy rubbish removal.
No tip trailer trips. No tip trailer trips.
Talk to the team at Cardaway about the right size mini skip for your job. Then they'll deliver right to your driveway.
No tip trailer trips.
So it's no tips, no trailers, and no trips. The easiest way to get rid of rubbish around home is a Cardaway mini skip.
No tip trailer trips.
Cardaway mini skips. 1300 362 362.
Pettigrew grabs the ball nicely at centre half forward, kicks to within metres of the West Adelaide goals. They need something desperately. Anything will do. Hassan, if anyone can do something, he will today. Gets around a few. Glenburn Fabric magic moment. No, goes team orientated. Howard's kick was smothered off the boot. He drops the head a little bit like most of the side in the last few minutes. Now Dre's left foot attempt at goal was taken off by the Doggies' pressure, and with numbers around the ball, you'd think will ease the pressure. Taken high, and I reckon, without being able to see, Hassan will be the man on the bottom of the pack that gets the free kick.
I think you're right, Pop.
So often has been today. He's kicked 2, he'll go for his 3rd, and his stats today, John Nankerville, has been sensational.
He has been sensational indeed. He has come for his 29th touch of the footy. That's 22 kicks and 7 handballs.
And most of those haven't been the chip back sideways kicks. He's actually ran hard and got the ball
harder.
Played very well.
He's also taken 7 marks too, so he's far and away from mine been best on ground, and probably best on ground for the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably the man of the match.
Not too many times that we've awarded the Gooja Fish Cap man of the match to a side that looks like getting beaten by around about 10 goals. Today could be the first time, but Steve Jacquia, he can be very unorthodox.
Wow. Extremely unorthodox.
Salamasan looking to kick his third, and when you're hot, he should nail this. Off the boot, nice. Yeah, he's nailed it. Goal number 3, West Adelaide. 5-7-37. Central District 12-10. They're on 82. Some of the statistics with John Nankerville up until the 3rd minute of this final quarter.
I'll just have a look at the team stats for the two teams. Central has, in terms of winning the ball, Bello a bit quieter in that third quarter, 11 touches. Thomas has 15. The Gowans each have 10. Steinburner 15. Arnott 19. Slatala 13. Slade 14. Donaldson, I see running around the boundary, has had 20 touches. Howard 15, Rusker 14, as I mentioned 29, Glover 14, Piacente 15, Pettigrew 18, Flattery 14. Of course, we won't see any further apart from him, and Shepherd 14.
Okay, here's West Adelaide into attack once more towards Pettigrew. He's battling hard at centre half forward. Sibinala's got a little bit too much bulk for him. He gets the ball and drives it forward towards centre wing. There's the kick forward and a good mark to Bello. Nice pass, though, from Arnott. Bello outside 50, left foot kick, looking for Shell, trying to get front spot. They wrestle each other to the ground. The ball's there to be won. The big ruckman, Illman. He's got it. They've got Illman. He handballs high, wide and mighty. West Adelaide players. Again, it's Hassan. He goes in and gets the football. He comes out with it, does Hassan. His handball is risky. He gets it in the direction of Rusker. He gets away with the football, gets his way between two Centrals players, takes the bounce, kicks it wide, but there's no one there. Sibinala's back there waiting for it. Oh, good strong work by Nathan. Attacked the football hard, and there'll be a free kick going to Nathan. He went straight at that football. No fear for his own personal safety, and he's come up with it. Goes in short, and the mark has been taken by Rusker. This is their side play. He'll go sideways again, I think. Well, they've got to go towards goal sooner or later. Rusker goes for a screw punt. What on earth was he trying to do? And it's been easily marked by Scholar. What would you be doing with a screw punt 80 metres out from goal?
Well, you've got nothing to lose. Your side 7 goals down.
I'll probably stop it. Come on.
What? You've never seen a screw punt in a game of footy before. You guys are in another world.
Only shooting for distance and goal. He wasn't going to score.
Well,
and he kicked you straight at Central's opponent.
Slade from half back to half forward. You guys have lost touch. You really have. You've lost touch. Inboard they go. Shepherd from half back takes a bounce. Nearly bounced over the top of his head and goes inboard. Geez, I tell you what, that's not the greatest of play. Now Rusker off to Cochrane. Cochrane tackled with the ball. Good enough to get a kick. Now this is an interesting race. Steinburner v. Illman. I think I know who I'll pick. Steinburner to Gowan. Over the top to Shell. Steinburner had that much pace he ran into the ball again. He was caught though. Illman, well, he lifted the head when he shouldn't have and gave the ball away, and there'll be a bounce down at the top of the square. So some sloppy play there. Central 12-10-82, West Adelaide 5-7-37. All they can do is really go through the motions and hope that Port don't beat the Eagles.
There's the bounce. Only about 15 metres out from goal, and West Adelaide are happy to knock it through for a minor score. Steve Jacquia, if you were Central's coach, would you be happy with today's performance? It hasn't been their best. Central, is it the tactics that has unsettled them?
Oh, there's no doubt that the Westies have tried to drag them down to their standard or lack of standard today, but I'm sure he wouldn't like them to go into with the finals with some of their error count. I mean, some handballing errors and some kicking errors have been pretty poor today by them as well.
Waiting for the kick in now. West Adelaide's Munn. Long ball. That's a lovely kick into the centre square. There is the flare curtains and blinds mark of the day. You don't need to guess which West Adelaide player took it. It was Hassan. And now the ball goes up towards centre half forward. Off hands. A chance for Shepherd. He's got a teammate he handballs to in Glover. Back it goes now in the direction of Norman. Runs out of space, but he gets it into the pocket. The ball bouncing towards the boundary line. And it's over the line for a throw in.
And I reckon we might be, if West Adelaide don't get through him this week, see Luke Norman playing his last game for the Bloods.
Well, Eagles have kicked out to a 5-goal lead, so
might save the day. Shell coming off.
What another game.
Scholar coming on for the Doggies. And that'll give something for young Kent to think about. A bloke 6'8" and full of bulk. He just wants to body him up as he comes on. Ball thrown back in. West Adelaide in a spot of bother. Glover, left foot kick. Oh, goodness. Wow. Glenburn fabric magic moment. Mark of the day. Maybe the best player on the ground, and they're down by 10. West Adelaide 6-7-43, Central 12-11-83. Don't forget after 5 o'clock, your say 8305-1323. Between 5 and 6, you're listening to Footy on 5DM.
Don't wait. Prepare for summer now with special spring early bird prices on the whole range of ducted reverse cycle heating and cooling systems at Mannix Air. Big brands like Fujitsu, LG, Panasonic and Temperzone are ready to go. Pay cash and qualify for an extra $500 discount bonus or choose no deposit interest-free terms with no repayment for 15 months. Wow, what an offer. Phone for a free quote now. To approved clients, conditions apply.
And around the grounds on 5-10 footy, Adelaide Oval, Tigers 14-12-96 over the Redlegs 7-4-46 at Prospect. It's South 13-16-94 over North 10-7-67. There's 5 straight goals in it at Woodville. Eagles 14-9-93 over Port 9-9-63. And it's a cliffhanger at the MCG. It's Essendon back in front. 13 rather, 103 to Melbourne's 15-7-97. Back to Broad Spectrum Oval.
Yes, here at centre wing, it's West Adelaide coming up with the football. Good work by Howard. Gets it over now. Scratchery's back. It's Jordan Russell, rather, who's got the football. He follows up, demands the football. Inside 50, shoots for goal. There's free kick down the field, or put down after he disposed of it.
It's pushed him in the back as he kicked it, so it should come back to where he kicked the ball from.
So Jordan Russell, who's been very promising today for West Adelaide, 17-year-old player, plenty of speed, good skills, and he's going to shoot from dead on 50. He can lift his side, but of course it's purely academic because Central at the moment leading by more than 6 goals. Not sure how long we've been playing in this last quarter, probably about 10 or 12 minutes.
10 minutes is the call from the Central District.
There's a kick at goal. Was it cut? No. The young bloke bagged himself a goal. Jordan Russell and West Adelaide go along to 7 goals, 7.
That's 2 in a row.
Central are 12-11 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard.
Yeah, nice little player, that young fella, Jordan Russell. We were here at Richmond when he played his first game, and he was pretty impressive on that particular day, Steve Jackson.
Yeah, he's a typical wingman type. He's very, very skillful, very, very quick. And just then he butted up one after one. His second effort, he came straight through. It was actually good, clear, precise, slick ball handling by all the West Adelaide players in that.
A bit like the whiting of Goodyear fish cap, nice and clean and crisp.
Oh, yeah, sensational, it is too.
In the center of the ground, West Adelaide, I reckon it could be the ruckman, Illman, who's down. I'll confirm that in a moment. Hassan and Gowans are having words. Play on. Doggies through Hopwood. Norman wants to take Hopwood out. He just wants to hit somebody. Swatala is providing an option. He's going to in a minute. There he goes, off Bello. Well, he can try to get around Ruskin. No, kicks to the top of the square. Shepherd gives away a free kick behind the plate. It'll be the Doggies' Daniel Shell.
Pretty simple, that, Poppy.
Yeah, Daniel Shell, he's kicked 2 today, and he leads the goal kicking at the moment, and he leads it by 7 goals prior to today. So he'll wrap up the goal kicking for the SANFL this afternoon.
Yeah, just on Matthew Ilman, when he's up, he just got a knock in the midriff, I would imagine. Imagine with that last ball up. So he looks like he's on his feet again.
The old outstretched knee, it claims a few victims. Okay, Shell, 20 metres out from goal, slight angle. He's already kicked 2. He's aiming to be equal leading goal scorer in the match with Hassan of West Adelaide. There's the kick. It looks good. Yes, it's curled after it went through. It's a major. And Central District have wrapped it up. There's no problems here. They go along to 13 goals, 11. West Adelaide 7-7. This is 5DN football.
His music has always been a part of our lives.
Now hotter than ever.
Neil Diamond brings his brand new show to Australia. 5DN presents Neil Diamond.
Saturday, March 26, 2005 at the Adelaide Oval.
Tickets on sale Tuesday, September 7th through Ticketek. Phone 8225 8888.
Or go to venutix.com.au.
Don't miss Neil Diamond.
Here we go, Thomas, for the Doggies. After that centre break finds Bello, and Bello's got a runner. It's the big fella, Sivanella, down the grandstand wing. The good mover, kicks to the top of the square, Scholars the target. Good punch from Dre from behind. Gains 10 metres in the West Adelaide direction, but only as far as Steinburner, who gives to Slade, who's finishing. He's not quite right. He pushed it to the right. Central 13-12-90 on the Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. West Adelaide 7-7-49. 13 minutes gone. Final quarter Harbour Ceramics time clock. Don't forget, you can have your say. West Adelaide and Central District fans on this game or any other.
Well, I'd like
after 5 o'clock.
I'd like to hear West Adelaide fans' view of the tactics that they've used today.
And
well, they've used it all here.
They can do that. 8-3-0-5, 13-23. Ray Fewing's your commentator.
Yes, and the ball comes in centre half forward to Shell. Left foot snap at goal. On its way, but it's slightly off target. Scholar! He's marked it. Only about a metre out from the behind line. In opposition to Dre. So the big ruckman. He wants to play on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's not used to this situation, Scholar. Shooting for goal. He says, what do you do with it now? Going to come in. Tries to curl it. I reckon he's right across the ground. I reckon it's out on the full the other side.
We nearly marked it.
Yeah, he actually helped West Adelaide by about 25 metres.
The joke is I'll probably send it back to where Scholar was in a moment. So West Adelaide now with the free kick in the back pocket. It's taken by Dean Howard. Dean Howard about to... He's got a short player in Ruska. We're told we're at halfway through the final quarter. Getting dark and cold here. There he goes. He's seen a lead. Right over on the far side by Glover, who has been the designated target in most of their forays today. He's led well, has Glover. Now, they're stagnant. In the middle is Clark Kent.
You see what Central do, though? They zone all the way up the ground. Well, they do it well. They're the most disciplined side in the competition.
The kick never reached Harris, but he got it on about the third bounce. He kicks forward. Players set themselves. Good knock away by Hopwood. The ball's on the deck. Here's James Gowns playing the ball ahead of him. With him is Hassan. What a great clash it's been between that pair. Eventually, Central come up with the football. They work it out now through Sibinala. Over towards Slade. Oh, the handball was good, but Swatala made a mess of it. He gets it forward towards Cochrane. Cochrane now back towards Slade. He goes looking for Shell, and he finds Shell. Nowhere near the seashore. Shell, 50 metres out from goal. His opponent tries to crib 2 metres, and the umpire's about to call him back. No, he's let him do it. He's let him pinch 2 metres. So Shell, right on the 50. He'll kick from 55.
You still got it, Ray.
Shell has it now. There's his kick. Oh, and he ran over the mark, the player. He cribbed another 2 metres.
Well, that's 4.
Play on, says the umpire. And it's Paul Thomas coming up with the football at half forward. He weaves, he ducks, he kicks it into a vacant spot in the forward line. The ball's on the deck. Heavy bodies are in over the top of the football. Comes out to Slade. He goes short. Bellows got it. Kicks at goal, and he scores a major. Central District, 14 goals, 12, 96. West Adelaide, 7-7, 49. Scott Salisbury home scoreboard. Let's go around the grounds on 5DN football.
Brian Lane Air Conditioning sell air conditioning systems.
I know that.
They're at Nelson Street, Stepney, with a team of highly experienced staff.
So tell me something I don't know.
Brian Lane Air Conditioning is now part of the Climate Group. Brian Lane Air Conditioning has joined the Climate Group. Same location, same great staff. But now they've got the big name, the big range, and the big buying power of Climate Air Control.
Yeah, I knew that.
Sure you did.
And around the grounds on 5DN footy, Adelaide Oval, the Tigers 15-14-104 over Norwood, 8-5-53. At Prospect, it's still South, 15-16-106 over North, 12-8-80. At Woodville, 30 points in it. Eagles, 15-9-99 over Port, 10-9-69. And it's a bit of a heartbreaker for Melbourne. They were right in it right up until the final siren, but it's Essendon running out winners by 5 points in the elimination final. Essendon 15-14-104 over the Demons, 15-9-99. Back to Broad Spectrum Oval.
Well, they've got the same colours, West Adelaide, but it's going to be a heartbreak for them too today because they're down by 47 points as they come out of defence, looking for young Jordan Russell. Not finding that player, though. He's punched over the boundary line. Grandstand side, Central District doing what we thought they might, but doing it super well in the second half of this game. The league leaders and probably the measuring stick in the competition for a number of years now really flexed the muscle.
Right, set themselves. It's Illman, knocks it back. Over the top of it, though, is Chris Gowns. He's ridden to the ground. Free kick. Chris Gowns, give it to me, he says. As West Adelaide complain. And it's Gowns now. Coming on again is Arnott as James Gowns goes off. There's Chris Gowns looking for Shell. Got the run at the footy. Intercepted, however. Good work by Kane Officer. But coming out with it now is the Munn of West Adelaide. He's thrown to the ground. Where's the umpire? They're confused, and eventually the kick goes into Illman, who takes the saving mark at centre half back for West Adelaide, the big ruckman. He goes across the ground towards Shepherd. Shepherd takes the mark. He goes 10 metres further up the ground to Jordan Russell. So they're building up stats. They'll go home and they'll say, look at me, I got 25 touches.
That's not too far off the truth for some of them too, right?
Go forward.
He goes back again, and to Nathan. This time he goes towards Glover. He runs out of room and eventually runs over the boundary line. Not good football. This is lousy football.
Grandstand side.
You're being polite.
The ball to be thrown back in. And it'll be Illman up against Mackenzie for this one. In fact, it's Scholar, I apologise. Bello, back of the pack, well rucked by the big fella Scholar. Steinburner turns on the afterburners and bang to Gowan, standing start, top of the square. Shell. Was he held? No, play on to the call. They rush it through. Central 14-13-97. West Adelaide 7-7-49.
Well, Dylan Ken at least has tried hard all day back there under some tough odds.
He went to the Mario Milano School of Defence, however. He used to be a wrestler, you know.
He did know, Mario. He used to have the underpants that were quite wide on the side.
Actually touched him at Seven Oval, carried off on the stretcher, and I touched his blood on his head.
Did you really?
Yes, as a young kid. Mario Milano.
There's the ball coming Westie's way. Trying to break through is Norman for West Adelaide.
Isn't that sad, but that's a highlight of the day.
He's thwarted, and Big Mac has got the football in the middle, and it'll be a bounce down. So Central District 14-13, West Adelaide 7-7. They were close at half-time, but it's been one-way traffic ever since. And the umpire's going to have yet another bounce as Paul Thomas is taken to the ground. John Nankerville, Paul Thomas has been used on the wing today. He's a very talented player. Gives yet another option for Central Districts in the final.
He's been good. 12 kicks, 9 handballs, 21 possessions to Paul Thomas.
There's the knock. Goes towards Mackenzie. Looks out in the direction of Bello. Can't get it. West Adelaide a chance through Shannon Rusker. He's got the handball. Salam Hassan. He must be puffed out. He goes for the bounce. Drives it forward now. There's only one player back there, and that is his teammate in Dion Miles over the back of the pack. Miles from soccer towards the goal line. I think he's missed everything. It's bounced over the line for a throw-in forward pocket for West Adelaide.
Nice pace there by Pettigrew. Gave yards and cleaned them up pretty quickly, but the soccer attempt went across the face, as Ray Fewings quite correctly called his side. West Adelaide trailing by 58 points, and we've played something like 21, 22 minutes of this final quarter. The ball to be thrown back in. Pettigrew to do the ruck work now, gets a hand on it, and Miles gets a quick kick, but it's across the face of goals towards the right forward pocket this occasion. And there'll be another boundary throw in. West Adelaide 7-7. They've managed 7 goals, just 3 in the first half and 4 to date in the second half. They've been a long way off the league leader Central District. And West Adelaide will need to regroup and show something more than this next week when they will take on North Adelaide in an elimination final. We'll talk more about that after 5 o'clock, as you can. 8305 1323. 8305 1323. Get involved after 5 and until 6 on the Talkback Hour.
I'd like to hear from the Port fans as to whether they want Matthew Knights to stay with the team after today's effort at Woodville, eliminated yet again from the final series. They're 6 goals down as we speak. Centre wing, the ball about to be thrown in as twilight starts to descend upon Richmond Oval, now known as Broad Spectrum. And the umpire checks his form before he throws it in. Players set themselves. The rucks have been rugged all day. Eventually comes Westie's way, but intercepted yet again by Central District. Series of handballs. Stuart Cochrane inside 50, drives at goal. How easy is that? And Cochrane kicks his second goal for Central District, and they go along to 15 goals 13 to West Adelaide 7 goals 7. I think that might even be 16-13. We'll just wait for the... No, it is 15-13. You're listening to 5DN Football.
The early bird really does get the worm at Mannix Air. Special spring early bird prices are now available on the whole range of ducted evaporative cooling systems. Plus, for a short time, there's a free electronic controller with selected systems. Pay cash and qualify for an extra $300 discount bonus. Or choose no deposit interest-free terms with no repayment for 15 months. Wow, what an offer. Phone for a free quote now.
approved clients, conditions apply.
Yes, there's the ball kicked out of the centre by West. Good mark has been taken by Luke Nathan. He goes forward. Players set themselves. Miles pushed under the football. Ball's on the deck. In over the top of it now. It's Central Districts working it out of defence. They do it well. And now it's Ware. Gets a series of handballs in the direction of Swatala. He's got a man at centre wing. Ratley goes in hard. The ball's on the ground. Ratley first to recover. Does well. Drives the ball at his foot level towards the forward line. Picked up now by Howard. He's looking desperately for someone to back him up. Shepherd comes up with it. Tries to beat the attacking player. Gets it back towards Ratley. Ratley in the direction of McKenzie. They lose it now, West Adelaide. In hard there is Steinburner. He gets it forward, but again, it's Shepherd. He goes for the bounce. You don't do that in defence, young man. Eventually he comes up with the football, and it's a shocker. Over towards Paul Thomas, who takes the mark and is put down hard.
No, nothing there.
Pettigrew, been impressive today for West Adelaide. Pettigrew at both ends of the ground. Young bloke seems to have a fair bit of time at his disposal. Oh, there's a lovely kick in the direction of Bello. Bello breaks now, goes in short to Shell, got front spot, takes the mark. Shell will line up again, 45 metres out from goal, attempting number 3.
Yeah, feel sorry for Dylan Kent. He's been under enormous pressure down there all day and just could not prevent that at all. And some poor play by Shepherd. Like he's quite a skilled player. You just got to put the ball in some vicinity where your players can get the footy.
Daniel Shell, one in the second, third and one in this quarter to date, attempting to kick goal number 4.
There he goes at goal. Looking good from here. Yes, it's a beauty. He's put it through, Shell. Former Crows player, kicked his 4th today. A little bit of argy-bargy. The Centrals players coming in, having a go at Dylan Kent. He feels badly enough as it is. This is 5DN football.
We got more to grow, we got more to show, we got the best quality. We're the biggest place for plants in town, we're Virginia Nursery. We got more in plants and more in pots, best prices just you see. We're the biggest place for plants in town, we're Virginia Nursery. We grow it, we know it, and we'll save you real money. We got more of everything for your yard, we're Virginia Nursery. Yes, we're Virginia Nursery.
Around the grounds on 5DN footy, Adelaide Oval, it's all Glenelg, 17-16, 118 over Norwood's 8-5-53. It's getting tight at Prospect. South still hanging on to a lead, 15-16, 106 over North, 14-8, 92. And at Woodville, it's Eagles, 18-10, 118, marching on over Port, 11-10, 76. And, of course, it was a 5-point victory to Essendon over Melbourne at the elimination final at the MCG. It's back to Broad Spectrum Oval.
Daniel Shell has taken a beautiful mark on the end of a really nice Marco Bello right foot kick. And in the blink of an eye, Daniel Shell will look for his 5th goal of the afternoon.
Bello, how many touches has he had, John, in this quarter? He's dominated.
He's been extremely good, Bello. He's had 9 touches in this quarter. You give him 18-20 for the game. This time, Daniel Shell, he's been also very good. He's taken 11 marks for the game, 17 touches.
Going for goal number 5. Shell, one-way traffic at the moment. He comes in 35 metres out from goal, drop punt, drifting away, and a saving mark.
He just thought he took it over the line.
Well, he has taken over the line. It's a minor score.
Dabrowski's the player. No, he'll give it back, and they'll work it back in. The Bloods, they'll come grandstand side to Shepherd, who'll definitely play on and bounce. No, decides not to. He's in defensive 50.
13 marks to Shepherd, 21 touches.
But would you say he's played well?
Oh, no, they've been chippy short touches.
Benjamin Gray takes the ball, has a bounce. Oh, beauty! Got hit hard by Bello, but I thought fair.
Oh, and down goes Bello, taken down by Dabrowski, and it's on for young and old now.
It was Rutger, in fact, who took Bello down, but...
Well, I tell you what, Salam Hassan is badly hurt.
That's not reportable. That is not reportable.
No, that was a bump. It was a fair bump.
That was a fair bump, and Hassan would do the same if given the opportunity.
Yep. He's out, though.
In saying all of that, I don't mind West Adelaide sticking up for them. I think that's fine. I mean, they've got to show something.
Here they've left the field,
2-1
3 of the players, 2 Centrals players having a go at Kent. They've been after him all day. Big Mac and Arnott. Well, the runner getting in between. Here's a spectator on the field.
Well, the umpire needs to just play on. The umpire needs to just bounce his ball on. The umpire just needs to give the ball the free kick. They haven't called for the stretcher, so there's no need to stop play.
No, the stretcher's there.
It is there?
Bobby, yeah.
Only two blokes got involved in this fight, and that's down two standing in the 450. Everyone else has come in. The stretcher is out on the ground.
See, that's the first time I've seen a spectator go on the field for a long time during play.
I think the person that, other than Hassan, is the unlucky one is Shepherd. He gave the handball, said he's made up, and I'm sure he feels terrible. But Bella, that was a perfect bump, perfect bump.
Now Chubb is likely to come on. They're that short of numbers that the injured Chubb, who's had a corky in the first 5 minutes, looks like coming onto the field.
Am I right in thinking that spectators went back into the crowd?
Yeah.
Hasn't been like ejected out the stadium?
No, they just threw him back on the other side of the picket.
Well, the problem is they've only got probably one security guard this side, so if there was, I'm just looking around the field, there's one behind the northern goals, there's one behind the southern goals, and neither of them are moving, mind you.
But there's a little boy on the field down there.
And security is
on the field.
And security is calling for help. Grandstand side.
That was dangerous. Had other fans gone onto the field when they saw that,
well played.
All hell could have broken loose. Well, Salam Hussein is conscious.
He is sitting up.
He's being carried off the ground, but in the meantime, the free kick is going to Illman of West Adelaide.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bello gets taken off the ground here too. He should be, because there's just no need to keep him there now, and he will be the target if he gets near the ball.
But he did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong. He hit the ball hard, and Hassan, I've seen him do that himself. Hassan would understand that.
Short pass goes towards Norman. The last thing Centrals would want now would be someone to be reported.
All West Adelaide. They're both playing finals next week.
Now there's another screw punt, Poppy, so you were right. He's kicked the screw punt straight to the opposition. Goes across the ground, and here they go again. Central Districts, they work it through. Swatala accepts the handball from Steinburner, and Swatala now goes to 50.
Cochrane will be free.
He'll drive to the open goal. There's no one in the square, and Kent gets back there in time and takes the saving mark for Westies. They break. Daniel Harris has got it, centre half back. This is the first time they've gone straight down the ground all day. He runs into the centre, he goes too far. Umpire said that was all right. He kicks it wide towards the half-forward line. 2-on-1, Central come up with a... No, free kick West Adelaide.
Had to be a free kick, did it very well. Shannon Ruskers tapped the ball to himself, didn't want to take possession of it, got tackled unnecessarily.
Now, security are thinking here, they need security around here at the final siren, because you will have trouble as they come off the ground, both sides to the same race in front of what is normally a hostile crowd.
And there is the siren.
So we'll keep the call here for a few minutes and paint the picture for you, because expect some trouble here.
Well, the security man is very intelligent. He's going out now, and he's going to ask that they come in separately, which is the right way to go. You don't want both sides coming down the race together. So they're going out to meet the players, the security people, and they're going to try and negotiate.
And the Central fans are coming around from the southern end pretty quickly.
The cheer squads, they are on the march.
And we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 security here. And I reckon we might need everyone. No, I'm hiding behind you, Three Fingers, because I don't want to get myself into any bother. But we might find a bit of bother here. And the final score anyway for those people: Central District 16-14, 110. West Adelaide 7-7-49. West Adelaide will be part of the SANFL final starting next Sunday, given that Port Adelaide could not beat West Adelaide today.
Security men
back to Port Adelaide. A woman holding back a Central District supporter that wants to get down towards the bench.
The umpires is the number one concern. They're getting the umpires up first.
They're getting a boo, but I don't...
No, it's nothing to do with the umpires. The umpires did nothing. It was a fair bump. That's what footy's all about, isn't it?
Yep, it was.
So let's see how we go here.
He met him fair, and he met him square.
Peter Shepherd's the one that gave the handball. He would be a bit disappointed. He said he's made up, so that was the drama.
Yeah, West Adelaide had come off first, and that's a good decision as well, although I reckon I'd race Central District off with them, maybe, or right behind them. You don't want to get the crowd too upset here. West Adelaide waiting for the group to gather.
And unfortunately, the cheer squad for Central has arrived just in time.
No, that's all right. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just here to cheer their bloody team off. Don't worry about that. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill, you guys. There's nothing in it.
All right, let's see what...
Is that a right?
Isn't that right, Granny, eh? They're just here to support their team off the field. That's good.
West Adelaide will work their way off the field. They will be back next week. The doggies giving them what for as they leave the field.
Well, good old-fashioned passion.
Yeah,
local footy.
So they're off the field.
Now here comes Central.
Well played.
Mostly Central fans there, so it'll be all right. West Adelaide, they're giving them the signal. A lot of fingers being pointed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, the Gowan boys are in the thick of things there again, but that's what footy's all about. It's about passion. Yeah. That's good.
So all these people will be at the finals next week. You won't keep them away. Roy Laird went down to meet his players and he walks down the race with them.
I'll tell you what, one of the toughest players for West Adelaide is Salim Hussain. He plays it hard and fair. He would have cleaned up an opponent exactly the same way he got cleaned up.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
There was nothing untoward in that at all. I think we all concede that.
In the end, though,
mind you, I thought the umpire might have turned him around, Bello.
Why?
I don't know.
He bumped him.
I thought he turned him around at the end to see maybe being reported. I'm not quite sure.
So they report bumps now?
Well, it's ridiculous, but I reckon he turned him around. There you go.
All right, we'll be able to confirm that or otherwise.
Anyway, ring in, have your say. If you're at the game and you've got your radio on, get on the mobile, 83.